100,000 on a beat.
Great day to be a Tiger. JSU by 40 campaign. Coach Taylor, I was just thinking, I was sitting in my office and we were talking about Jackson State athletics, the tradition of Jackson State. You played here. What if 50,000 alums gave $40 a month for 12 months?
Man, that would be huge. That's money in the bank for athletic program.
Let's do this, Coach. I'm challenging all 50,000 alumni of Jackson State University, supporters, fans. Let's give $40 a month to JSU by 40 campaign. 12 months, 12 million, September to August. Let's win championships in the classroom. Let's support Jackson State University. Let's support athletics. And let's make sure our coaches and our student athletes are successful. So again, Coach Taylor and I are challenging you, all 50,000 alums, $40 a month for 12 months to support Jackson State athletics. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
Support the JSU by 40 campaign. Visit gojsutigers.com/JSU by 40.
What's good? What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Go ahead and hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. Good to see you guys on Wednesday. Everybody will be on when they get on. You know, Zoe, TD, Miss Rochelle, Nook, if possible. Y'all know how it is, man. It's middle of the week. Everybody's grinding. But yours truly is always going to be here to get this thing kicked off. So as everybody gets free to come up, we will. We will have another action-packed show. Appreciate everybody that actually tuned in on Monday. It was a highly emotional show on Monday. I think everybody finally got the emotions out. Tonight we're gonna talk mostly about the good stuff, man. The good stuff. Hopefully you got all the, all your frustrations out, man, so we can move on to, the highlights of what's happening right now amongst the football season. It's the bye week, so we're gonna talk some football, man. We got a few things we do want to, kind of update everybody on. Just some things that's happening. We will not have a show on Friday. So come on in, man. Come on in, bro. We're gonna take Friday off and we will proceed accordingly. But nah, man, it'll be me until everybody get in here. It's how, like how it used to be, man. We've got a good team and love working with the fellas and our missus of the channel to do what we do. I'm gonna go ahead and upload this little slide real quick. Got a few things I do want to highlight for the show tonight as we'll keep it rolling, man. Appreciate everybody that has been a supporter of the channel, whether it be financially, just with your time, with your energy. It's greatly appreciated, man. I'm thankful. I know. Hey, Brother Poe, how you doing? Deputy Mario, good to see you. Hey, Miss Haley, how you doing? Brianna, the Lawrence Story, what's happening, brother? Good to see everybody. JSU Tigers, what's up, baby? Saw you out there, man. And what was we at? Texas State. What's up, Leonard? Oh yeah, man. Y'all know what time it is, man. So we let this thing build up, and without further ado, bro done jumped on in this thing. What's up, big dog? What up?
What's up, man? What
Look
up,
tired, man.
what up, the I Love family, man? You already know.
James behind the lens. What's up, bro? Man, I'm just getting started, just greeting the people, man. Told them we had a nice little spicy show on Monday, but we're gonna have a good one today. And then we're gonna take Friday off, man. We'll be back next Monday after the night. So I ain't no curfew for me tonight, man. This might be another long one. But hey, we'll go as long as we can, and then we'll shut it down, and then we'll come back. But yeah, go ahead, man. Address the folks, address the family.
Nah, man. Just what's up, everybody, man? It's hump day. Halfway through the week. I gotta be honest, it's gonna feel weird to not traveling Friday. So, but I'm gonna embrace it. And I mean, we reached a good point. We actually get another one of these, man, before the Alcorn week. So because we played in week 0, so we get 2 byes. But it was well needed, man. I know every team feels that the bye comes at the perfect time, but man, you ask anybody that's a part of that football team and that coaching staff, they'll tell you with everything that we got going on, you know, from an injury standpoint and just the way things are kind of falling, man, this bye week couldn't have came at any better time. So it was well needed. We're definitely going to take advantage of it, man. We're out recruiting our tails off right now. And, man, we got a lot of guys who we're kind of counting on that's been out, man. It's actually this bye week is going to be a great thing for us. So even going into next week, you know, we get quite a few guys back, man. And you know, honestly, looking over these first 5 games, man, to be honest with you, Ken,
ASVP, we all needed it, bro.
I tell you what, man, to be honest with you, we haven't yet in one game this season thus far, Ken, seen the full roster.
Nope, not yet. Not a game this season.
You know, we missed intricate parts of what we're depending on in every single game this season. And so you know, I know we've kind of looked different things in different ways for each game, different games. Mm-hmm. But to add to, you know, some of what TC's saying, I think there's a lot of merit to it, man, because again, when you talk about next week and to finally have one game with all those pieces in tow, I think we're going to look like a different team.
Well, we're going to look like the team we always hope that we look like. And, you know, football is the ultimate team sport. And a lot of people forget that. Said Kenny's coordinated. We don't talk about what we're going to wear, man. We just throw it on and be done with it. Sometimes we wear the same hat. Folks don't really understand that, man. Like we really
let me paint a picture out. Like I literally close the door, jump in the shower,
yep.
and hop on here, man. So now this ain't never coordinated.
We definitely don't coordinate, but I appreciate that though. But no, you're right, man. This is just a critical time. I think everybody needs to recharge, man. I did a whole lot of nothing today. I had jury duty today, and I told you about that earlier, man. I ain't never in my life had jury duty. Not in Jackson, Mississippi, not in Austin, Texas. As soon as I bring my chocolate brown behind to California, they want to summon me to the courts. But luckily for me, man, I got out of it today. And so they settled, and I was good to go. But after that, man, I just kind of relaxed and mentally just took a mental break. I do want to send some, I do want to say this, though, because we will get to some football. Just talk football, man. Man, my admonishment to everybody, man, it just feels like there's a constant attack. We talked about this on the phone today from people from our own community, man, just still feeling the need to take shots at us.
Let me can I say it?
I'm gonna set it up. Let me set it up. So my admonishment to everybody, man, is take a break, man, from like social media. Like take a social media break.
Detox.
Mental detox, man. And sometimes we gotta leave these fools and these idiots, man, alone and just not address that stuff. But hit that, use your block button, use your mute button on these social media apps, and just move around, because these folks are just, they, like Zoe called them, bots. They coming in with the intent of just really to troll, to disrupt your vibe, disrupt your peace. And we just got to get back to where we got to get our emotions back recentered, man, because we're going to definitely talk about the good things, you know, because we'll lose sight of the good stuff that's happening with our team. And I had a great conversation with KT Dub today. Hopefully KT will come up today. We're going to open the link up pretty quickly after we get through the quick preliminaries and whatnot, man. But Zoe, you talked about something. I'll let you jump in there right now. And it comes usually, it's a segment of our community, a small little sector of our community that, you know, that went to PWIs, man. It's like they almost like they gloat and celebrating that Coach Prime left Jackson State and they're Colorado now. And it's I ain't even in Rich no more. I left Rich a long time ago. But go ahead, bro. Jump in there and give you a tidbit. We talked about that today, but definitely you got to take your break, man. You got to address everything. Take your time, bro.
I'm gonna say it like this, man. It's me. I can only be me,
man.
I don't want to say all, because nothing is really ever 100%.
Never.
But I'm gonna say the vast majority of colored folk that went to a PWI ain't got no love and don't give a damn about HBCUs. I'm gonna lead off with what I always lead off with. Black people devalue black things. I actually said, I'm not gonna say his name because we're well past that. But I remember on this platform, I said months ago, when after the fact of when, you know, Prime had already got to Colorado.
What's up, bro?
I said on this platform, I said, what's up, TD? I said that what you thought you saw at Jackson will pale in comparison to how it's going to be now, because he's not tainted, you know what I'm saying, by being at a HBCU. I said that on this platform. And guess what? I'm proven right. Because the age-old adage still rings true. When it goes to a different hue's ice is better than mine, or I'm too dirty to really uplift for him to be where he was. And that was the thing.
We didn't deserve it.
And so I'm going to say this. The DDRs are annoying, but I can handle them. They ain't nothing. The one thing I always stood on is the same thing that I stand on now. I'm a Jacktown Jew. I'm a Jacksonian. Ain't ever going nowhere. And so my fandom and the way I was is still the same. There is no off and on switch. I don't care who's coaching. I'm me. And I'm going to still be the same way I've always been. Ain't nothing going to change that. And I still stand on what I stand on then. I stand on it now. But, you know, it's funny when you guys really take a step back and you really look at it. It's actually shameful, man. It's sad. It's ridiculous. And again, the vast majority. Hold on, let me say it the way I said it, King. Because I'm not being truthful. I ain't said it. The vast majority of black folk that go to PWIs are worse than racist white people at PWIs. That's what I meant to say. They worse.
They pounce a lot harder, man.
They worse.
But you know what, and I'm gonna let TD get in on this. I'm gonna let you finish, though.
Right.
There's a reason why. Because let's just call it what it is, man. And we talk on here. We're gonna have some dialogue tonight. I ain't my emotions ain't high. I'm gonna take my time, be methodical like I always do. But this is the reality of it. We live in a society It is what it is, man. There is a such thing as status quo. There is a standard. There is there's a system in place that we know what that system looks like. We know what it is. When you are operating in accordance with the system that is in place, then this system tends to be more accepting of that. The system gave cause for, for us to exist in this system, in this space, but we exist in a very small minority. I'm talking about HBCUs. HBCUs are outliers in this PWI society. If you can get to a PWI, that's the way to go. It's more socially acceptable in other communities. So we think where we'll go. And then for those that don't understand that, what that looks like, I had a chance to go to the Black Expo. What was the name of that? I forget it. It was at USC out here, man.
Last year.
It was literally A.D. Robinson came through. It was actually this year. And I got over there, and it was interesting to hear some of the African-American students who were part of that particular weekend and their perspective in relation to PWIs versus. And this is the thing, we don't give the same energy toward PWIs that comes toward us. We just have to. We're always being put in a space where we have to protect our brand, our space, our stuff, because as if it isn't already enough to where we severely underfunded historically. We go through a lot of adversity to make sure we maintain, these schools and institutions, and we celebrate our culture, we celebrate our traditions and stuff like that, and we get poo-pooed on anyway. So when you have somebody like a Deion Sanders that come to this space and he's introduced to the college football world as a head coach through Jackson State University, and it was a great marriage, man. When you look at it, we actually were really good together. It was sexy, man. It was attractive. I know, TD, you talked about that on the last show and how his departure has kind of, it's created a void amongst some casuals, not the true blue. True blue gonna always be present, but here's what I will say. Now, it's like they've all become apologists now because now they have to protect it. But this is the thing that we failed to mention, Zoe and TD. What was happening when Deion Sanders was at Jackson State? I'm going to say this and I'm going to move on and let somebody jump in. Those that went the PWI route, you got a lightning rod in the HBCU space saying we're going to change the game and have top athletes consider Jackson State. Travis Hunter commits, Kevin Coleman commits, Shedeur Sanders commits, so forth and so on, right? That was going against the grain. That was a salmon swimming upstream. And what it did is it took away that sense of feeling included in the system that we just spoke of for some of those other athletes. And they cannot relate. They can't relate so much so that they always try to use HBCU as an example of their little alumni Black weekend. And I'll use it. I'll give you an example. TD, you was there. Zoe, you was there. We were at Texas State in San Marcos, Texas, and it was Black Alumni Week, right?
I was going to get into that too.
But what was so crazy about that is that the Black Alumni Week just so happened to be way over there. It was segregated. It was way away from the regular. And there's several examples of that. But in a system, in this normal society, that is not frowned upon. You don't go against that. You don't speak against that. HBCU, like I said, is an outlier. It's a radical existence. So him being in that space went against the grain and it threatened the power structure. So now that he is back in the space, well, he's where they will desire him to be, which maintains and keeps the integrity of that there. And now it just feels like all of the Black athletes that played at PWIs that are now in media spaces are going harder to try to.
And you can say it the way they really giving the energy to. And I'm gonna use Keyshawn Johnson. I'm gonna use LaShawn McCoy. I'm gonna give the exact energy that they're putting off. Yeah, man, Prime finally left that little nigga ball alone. Now he up here where we need to be. Now I really could go hard for him. It was hey man, it was a good charity move. It was a good PR. It was a good charity case, a good PR.
What's sad about that though, and I want TD to jump in on this because I know he just got on the stream. What's sad about it is that if we're not careful, they will try to rewrite the story. And that's what's happening. They're changing the facts that actually occurred and just telling outright lies, and they're trying to make it sound
do I need to remind you what was said during game one? Pretty much on every outlet. Do I need to remind you what was said? It was
college football.
No, it was his coaching debut, right? It was his introduction to college football, right?
Shador as well.
Yeah, it was introduction to college football.
TD, on you, baby. What's up, brother?
Hey, how y'all doing, man? Keep going. I'm good. I'm just listening.
I'm just trying to. Well, I mean, this is really a setup for what we're really going to talk about because, again, I do want to implore. I do want to, for those that are out on the front lines and that are trying to, and it's you got to keep in mind, man, we're fighting a mega system that's totally against you. You're not going to win that battle. And there was parts of me today that was like, I'm watching some of the folks that are kind of on the front lines on Twitter, the She Love the Brandy and a lot of the other young ladies and Hezekiah, some names that just pop out that are going, myself, Zoe, And I said to myself, man, there's no way it's like punching the air. We're peeing in the wind, hoping not to get wet. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not gonna change the narrative when it comes to that. You're not gonna, but you can control your own narrative. And then for those that really that want the truth, they'll consume it. Those that have their mind made up and all they're coming to do is just disrupt and be disrespectful, they're not coming with those dialogue. All you got to do is look at those pages. I looked at a page today. That page was created literally in April of 2023. It had 73 followers, and all they called change the game or something like that. It had nothing but bold. I said, this is a burner account. Yep. This is a coward who don't want to put their face with their real feelings, and so they hide behind that type of stuff. And you got to make sure you protect your peace and not get caught up in that. Because you'll find yourself out there really just arguing with a buffoon and you didn't change anything. You just got frustrated. So what I'm saying is that there's a saying that says if you argue with a fool from a distance, nobody can really tell who's the difference, who's the fool, who's not the fool. So guard your peace. We talk about guarding the yard, but protect your peace, man, and stay away from them burner accounts, man. Stop fighting with those folks. Folks are idiots, man. They've already made their mind up. I'm seeing stuff that's just blatantly not wrong. I read a tweet today. Every single statement in that tweet was wrong. I said everything that you said is an absolute bold-faced lie. And it just gets exhausting to the point to where you say, you know what I did? I blocked them. Now I don't have to say nothing to them, but I don't want to see it again. Well, I tell you, I told him I had jury duty this morning, and I'm gonna shout out my brother, brother Alexander, who I went to college with, whose grandmother, Margaret Walker Alexander, grandson. I won't put his name on there. But I'll never forget the quote he said. He said, be careful what you read. I had a man outside the courthouse today trying to give me this pamphlet. I said, hey man, I'm good, man. I don't need that. Because what I learned is that everything you read and you see, you internalize it in order to comprehend it. So stay away from that stuff, man. Stay away from it. It is absolute trash. And we just got to get back to loving what we do. KT Dub, I'm gonna send you the link, man. I had a conversation with him today too, and I just love the perspective that Big Bro had, because just talking about and I'm gonna get back to the Jackson State. We're gonna get into some football stuff, man, because the biggest thing that I did enjoy about that conversation was that we don't want to get lost in the fact that we're completely rebuilding our Jackson State football program post prime, and this is just year 1, game 5, going into the bye week. And I was letting Colorado know that, just so y'all know, y'all were in the cellar dwellers of college football. Trust me when I tell you, nobody gives a darn about Colorado. Nobody does. They care about prime. Trust me when I tell you. If he leaves, they will feel it way worse. They already had money. You understand what I'm saying? But see, Jackson State has culture. Jackson State has an identity, has a fan base, has a niche that will continue on forever and ever. They can do whatever they want to do. So I'm just saying, enjoy it while you can. Absolutely, you should. But when it's over with, that light gets very dim. And that's why we're here now doing what we got to do to keep this light shining as bright as we can. And like I said, if we can, on one hand, if we can be harsh, talking about what needs to get better, we got to be just as hard talking about what has gotten better, what has been consistent, what does look good, what is happening as well. And that's one of the things I wanted to hone in on. But that was really just a disclaimer to everybody saying, listen, man, protect your peace, man. Log out of them apps if you have to, because if you're addicted to that social media stuff and you keep looking and you keep pulling yourself back into it, you're gonna see some trash, man. I don't watch Undisputed, I don't watch First Take, because it's very, very, very yes, ma'am. Hey, Oz, hey, how you doing, sis? It's been a long time, man. But no, it is Mental Health Awareness Week. Friday, we saw on the school page, they got, I think the student center is closed due to mental health awareness. Man, protect your peace, man. Protect your peace, and understand that we're at war right now. And folks have to, when they don't have nothing to talk about, Zoe, it's easy to kick the small guys. You got this man out here saying what is an HBC school, man? The HBC schools and
the thing that's bad about that whole comment, man. The first things first was we're not monolithic. He pretty much, the thing that bothered me was that he made that comment almost as if like that's all HBCUs. First off, the water situation wasn't even a Jackson State issue. It was first off, it was gaslighting in the worst way. It was horrible because, number one, the whole entire city of the city of Jackson was not inflicted when they had the water crisis. It was just that certain parts of town were worse than others. Brown water was not all throughout the entire city of Jackson.
Right.
But then you paint that narrative as if the whole entire city, they have nothing but brown water. Misinformed statements out here to the masses. And it's done on purpose. It's not a slip up. Well, so my thing is, if you don't thoroughly know something, man, don't get here and talk. So again, you paint the picture like this is all HBCUs. They're all in the same type of condition. And then it's still mind-boggling to me in the year of our Lord, 2023, that we sit here and act like we don't know why HBCUs are in the conditions.
That's the part that just blows my mind. It irks you too. That's why I say you have to protect your peace, because
let me tell you, because if you have somebody like a Keyshawn Johnson who's from California, he'll be like, they just ain't got no money. You know what I'm saying? Like we sit here and we act like these states that we're in are doing what we just saw a thing, what's it the other day, how you got like 6 of the states that owe all these schools like hundreds of billions of dollars because they've been withheld money. Like
all land grant institutions are owed billions.
Land grant institutions. But two things I always say all the time. We meaning every last one of us, we sit here and act like, number one, a lot of us act like racism ain't alive and kicking. We act like racism don't exist. That's the first thing. Second thing, it seems like any black person that's not even attached to the South, that's unfamiliar with HBCUs, act like HBCUs are in a state and condition at the end to their own detriment. As if like all this stuff from these states they're in haven't happened. And I'm like, because I want to tell them, I'm like, hey, Keyshawn, you do know that if the state of Mississippi funded Jackson State the same way the state of California funds USC, we'd probably be kicking USC hind parts right now.
Well, the thing about all of this, though, is you have to understand, again, there is a system in place. And
it's working.
Those that, y'all, I'm sorry. I said this today, talking to a friend. I said, I'm just no longer in a space where I'm willing to conform and do things. Like I used to do stuff like, TD, if I'm interviewing for a job, I'm going to go shave my beard down because I'm so worried about these folk thinking that I'm I look some type of way. I'm like, I can't do that stuff no more, man. Because it's like, I understand you gotta, if you know what you're trying to do, what you gotta do, man. But I'm saying, like, in media, there's only certain types of people that are allowed in the room to begin with. You know what I mean? So if you have to be willing to toe that line and play within that space. Those radical thinking guys that think outside the box and challenge status quo, they scare a lot of people that look like those that are in power. You know what I'm saying? And you know, white fear can become a weapon from a corporate standpoint. And that's just being what it is. I have no issues with one of my best friends is white, you know what I mean, from an outside standpoint, you know, and I say that because physically, you know, y'all know what I'm talking about. We talking about race, right? So, but it's like we live in this society, man, and it is what it is, you know. And it sucks that you have to be considered and look at certain things because HBCUs get treated like black people. I tell you that all the time. They look at black HBCUs, they get blanketed, they get profiled, they get all the stuff that comes with it. And then it just, you almost ask yourself, was it worth it? You know what I mean? But then again, you have to, that's why we were saying we got to make the best out of what it is. And so I'm gonna say that this would be a good time to introduce this right now. At some point, we are gonna have this conversation because Zoe and I had a conversation this week with John Jock Taylor, John Jock Taylor is a publisher, is the one that wrote all the Sports Illustrated articles that Coach Prime was on the front page of. He was with the Jackson State football team every single day in the 2022 season, last season. He wrote a book and reached out to us about, you know, having a conversation and sit down. And we will have a conversation with him because why wouldn't we have a conversation with a man that was literally physically there every single day and is going to basically chronicle the whole entire thing. That's also a part of controlling your own narrative and understanding the story, getting the facts right, and not being afraid to have tough conversations about topics that others may frown upon. So just so y'all know that's coming down the pipe, it'll probably be around homecoming week. But I'm telling you, man.
And just to add context to that for y'all, John Jock Taylor is an award-winning author. He's been one of the main was a beat writer at one time for the Dallas Cowboys, and he still covers the Dallas Cowboys to this day.
Right.
Writes for ESPN, used to write for USA Today, Anscape, Sports Illustrated, and to be frank, pretty much the majority of any article or any type of article or write-up or story or publication about Deion Sanders, the author 85% of the time is going to be John Jock Taylor. And it's been that way since Deion Sanders has joined the Dallas Cowboys. So we're talking well into the mid-90s that he's been doing this.
Dallas Morning News too.
And so John was actually residing in Jackson, had an apartment, lived here, followed the team, chronicled everything with the team, and has actually, yes, he is with the Dallas Morning News too, correct. And so he actually chronicled the entire last season. And that's another conversation for another day. Really, really good dude, very thorough, very knowledgeable. Has earned the trust of Coach Sanders in more ways than one. And, you know, again, we were approached. The book is actually done. The book is chronicling the last season.
I should have my copy by this week.
Yeah. Ken and I both are getting early copies. And that the book is chronicling the final season at Jackson State University, which was Coach Prime's final season. And it's going to chronicle everything from an inside look. And so we're actually going to do a sit down with him to discuss it. Also, you could look for John Jock on the at some point during homecoming on the yard and doing things as well. So we're going to discuss a lot of stuff within that season with him. And he still has a pulse on the city, and he still keeps up with Jackson State. He does. And and pretty much he hits the nail on the head. You know, there's Coach Prime is the lightning rod, so you know there's a lot of fans that's still with him that wants to see him succeed, and there's quite a few people who don't want to see him succeed, and he runs the whole gamut. Go ahead.
Like you said when we talk, some good, some not so good.
Yeah,
We're not running from nothing, and he ain't either. We're gonna have a real conversation, so y'all don't have to worry about us dancing. We ain't got nothing to lose or gain when it comes.
but at the same, and in his defense, he's not gonna dance either. He's not a dancer. He's a real cool dude.
No, Joe. Trust me. I y'all gotta understand something, man. We Jock reached out to me a while ago, and finally I kind of, and I told him, I said, well, give me some time to really give things. You got to go read the book and decipher it for yourself. So this is what I would say. I don't get into that. I don't even waste time with wondering. I think you have to go by the reputation of the person. You have to go by the work that they've done. And just because someone is associated with someone you may feel some type of way about, I don't think those people mortgage their reputations on, publishing lies or falsities. I haven't read the book. I don't know what's in there, but I also wasn't in the rooms that he was in. I didn't see what he got a chance to see. So I got to go read it and see for myself. And we got to ask the right questions. And that'll be for you to determine. You know what I'm saying? I will. I'll be more than happy to have him on here, and you guys could ask any questions you choose to have. You know what I'm saying? That's something we work on, and we'll have that conversation, possibly a sit down interview, even a live stream. We don't know, man. The book is available. We talked to his publishers, and it was like, why not, man?
Hold on, because you glossed over that too quick, because this was Monday. Yeah, Monday. Yeah, just man, let the people know. Like, look, I'm at work. Y'all know I'm in the sweatbox. I'm at work. Ken doing this thing. We're literally having a meeting with a published author, and the actual publishing house is actually putting the book out.
Yeah,
this was Monday.
Yeah, it was a very professional conversation, I'd say. So we'll figure some stuff out. And then here's the other thing, family. Y'all don't have to worry about us. We have an audience, and I even expressed this. We have an audience. We have a very specific audience. There's some in here that don't want to hear nothing about Coach Prime. There's some in here that love to hear everything about Coach Prime. And there's some in the middle that really don't care. But one thing that we're not going to get away from, and I promise you, I'm going to be quiet for a minute. Coach Prime is forever going to be Jackson State coach in the history of Jackson State, in the lexicon of Jackson State history. There is no erasing that, and I don't even think we even want to do that. We had a 2-year run with him, and that's that. We'll let that be out there. If you choose to watch, you watch. If you don't want to watch, don't watch. This is what we call YouTube. That means you get to choose what you tube. But my thing is this right here. When it comes to business, I take the emotions out of it. And when you're talking about having dialogue, I said something on the screen Monday, and I said it on Tiger Talk on Saturday. Dialogue doesn't necessarily have to have, like, this is what I'm saying, like, sports dialogue should not be riddled with biases and emotions. It's one thing to have your opinions and how you feel about certain stuff. That's just you expressing how you feel. But when we start dealing with facts and data, that just kind of stands on its own. And I like to get into the what really happened, okay, because I'm sure there's going to be some things that even I'm going to learn. And for y'all information, I say this and I'll move on. There is no let's move on. The book's coming out. And this is where y'all got to understand that we're in a different situation than you are. And I'm not being disrespectful when I say that. We get mad when people get on the internet and on TV and start telling the story for us. You got us that's in this space that have the opportunity to get the facts and the data so we can tell our story better than they will. So we're not going to pass up an opportunity to get the facts, because y'all don't not go to that stuff. Y'all run right to it. Not y'all and not everybody. Some folk run to the bull junk and they get mad about it, right? And then you start sharing it, comment and all that. So when you do that, you actually add validity to that. You can't just ignore that stuff, because what you will see is that you will see exactly what you see happening right now. You will see uneducated folk with big platforms doing all the talking. So you ought to want to have somebody in the room with somebody that was in the room to have a real conversation to get that down so we can better combat the bull junk. Because it's a lot of bull junk coming. And as you can see, we are 5 games into the season, going into the bye week, and it ain't stopped no time soon. Matter of fact, Complex just had an interview with 3 of the players, and they talking about Coach Primes, because these companies are not going to get away from talking about it, because it's a lightning rod, and that's what it is. TD, what's your thoughts, man?
All right. First, excuse me, I'll be remiss if I didn't do this. Let me start out first by saying, because I didn't do it on Monday, but I think the lady business custom creation. Thank her for the beautiful cup.
Oh yeah,
presented to us on Friday night.
Mine, dog. Go ahead.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So I want to tell her thank you, and thank the gentleman for dropping it off on Friday. So I want to say that first. As far as the whole Coach Prime thing, I ain't never had much for that. I really did despise a lot of stuff that goes on, but I can't control. And I learned, in my old age, not to mess with stuff that you really can't control. It only stress you out. It only bother you the most. So we can do. I mean,
there we go. Hey, sis.
I mean, thank you.
So much.
I mean, you can follow those people on social media to the cows come home, or fly over the moon, or jump rope, man. It's not going to make a difference. You only, they're going to think what they're going to think. The only thing we can do is guard the yard here. That's my concern. You know what I'm saying? And I want to say to all, on that aspect of it, man, I want to say to all the recruits and the people that the great players that we have on campuses on our team now, continue to focus on us, continue to consider Jackson State HBCUs, period. Let's continue to make this movement as strong as possible. We can't control what goes on out there. All I want to do is guard the yard here. And what I'm saying here, when people commit, we need to continue to patronize the recruits, the players that the coaches are looking into, usher them in to our home, as far as JSU. Love on the players that we have, show them appreciation for them choosing our great university, and show them that it's not lost. I'm reading articles and stuff where they feel like they're more of a family. Far as the media, they're gonna do whatever get likes, they're gonna do whatever get views, they're gonna do whatever get clicks. And like you said, Ken, I don't watch the first takes and all those shows anymore, man. I mean, I don't do that. I don't follow these stuff on the social media, man. I mean, I have better things to do than argue with somebody I don't know. I don't care. You're gonna feel how you feel.
Yep.
What we need to do is exert that energy towards our university and towards our players and towards our fans, and figure out what we can do to keep the greatness going at our school campus. So that's my take on all the stuff that goes on there, because when you have ex-football players and parents and people caught up in the hype, they're gonna do what they're gonna do. I mean, what we need to do is continue to push and support our coaches, support our teams, support our players. I hope I'm pretty sure let's not back down. I'm going off out of some of these 4 or 5 3-star players. Let's not back down. Let's not back down. Let the players there know that, hey, we might have some bumps in the road because we got a new regime coming in. I mean, that's there. We're working through it. Let's continue to try to win games and let them know that you can make it to where you're trying to go from here. You know, that hadn't changed. People were going to the pros, you know, before Coach Prime came from Jackson State, and they'll be going afterwards. So you just stay here and continue to push it. KC-1400 Media are going to support you when you get to go to the Shrine Bowl in these different games like we've been in the past. So that's what I have all that. I'm not finna fight with nobody that I don't know, that I can't control. So
Right.
that's my take.
No, I agree. That's why I'm telling everybody. I mean, I know you're not on Twitter, bro, and it's a lot more evident. Twitter is a little bit more visible. When you're out there and you see it, that's kind of when you do yourself a favor. Don't worry about it. Just stay.
I would agree with TD. I guess it's multi-layer for me. I don't care about social media because I told you how I feel. They're a faceless, not even a human being to me. It's just words. The thing that gets me is the very thing, like, well, for example, like Jean-Jacques Taylor. You know, we can actually sit down and talk to him. You see what I'm saying? I just wish, if I had my druthers, I just wish I had a me that had access to an Undisputed. I wish I had a me that had access to a First Take.
Hold on. Let me stop. Let me jump in real quick. And this is where I think people need to forget. People don't forgot what we doing over here. I think y'all think we doing this as a hobby, man. I don't know about y'all. This is not a hobby for me anymore. This ain't. I want you to let that sink in. Don't ever think that I ain't considering everything that's being talked about. Everything TD just said, all sides of that. He mentioned like 7 different things that are all can be individual lanes. Recruiting is a whole different lane. Coach TC Taylor and his staff has not recruited down. They have still recruited up. Number 2, one thing that's going to keep a lot of the players, because this is something we don't talk. We get in our feelings, we get in our emotions. But let me tell y'all something. In the end of the season, the poaching is going to start again.
Exactly.
So get your money ready. When we talk about collectives and NILs and all that type stuff, get ready is what I'm telling you. You can talk until the cows come home. I'm telling you what I know because we've been around recruiting far too long. You don't know what conversations are happening in this bye week right now and what type of things that's being used against to sway people in their mind. Oh, yeah, all that stuff. So the work that's being done is not about what you see, because we got a lot that we got going on right now. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just saying we just submitted a 5-year strategic plan for the foundation as far as what we're trying to do. You can tell Dion what you want to tell him, co-pilot. You can. That ain't your fight, and you can't stop it. Yeah, you're too small, man. You like a little June. We like June bug. We'll get squished because he got the power of the mass media behind him. What you do is what TD just said. You control what you can control, and you do what you do, and you do it damn good. So when we talk about why we created a foundation, it's to make an impact. Stop thinking that we just on here yapping. We do work on this channel, man. And it gets frustrated. You can't talk at me. I don't mean to frustrate you. But we take frustrations and turn it into activity. I don't have to tell you how many players that I ain't gonna get into that type of stuff. But boy, we putting our money where our mouth is at. You understand what I'm saying? In a way that's way smaller than what it's gonna be. We right here. Where we going is like this, man. I'm so serious, man. Just running your mouth and having this smooth, fuzzy feeling ain't what it's talked about. That ain't got nothing to do with what we talk about. I only mentioned Jean-Jacques because again, he reached out to us. It is what it is. And again, I already know the reaction to most of the people when you say that. It's going to be, I ain't really interested. Well, fine. It may not be the show for you. If we have him on, we have a sit down. It might be a sit down interview. We don't know.
It actually is going to be the show for you.
It would be. But then again, what I'm saying is, it's just a matter of how do you think you control your own narrative? You tell your own story and you do it in a way you be consistent with it. You get the facts, you get the data. And it just blows my mind how we got an opportunity to get more. If we considered our insiders and we know a little something. And I don't really care about all that other stuff. That's the book that he wrote. Does Jack State get any proceeds? No, they don't. No, Jack State don't get no proceeds. But what it does do, and Zoe mentioned something about, I wish I had my own first. How do you think you get that opportunity? I read something today, and I'm going to shut up. Jeff Teague played in the NBA, and I know these guys take care of one another. He just got signed to Shay Media. Shay Media is Shannon Sharp. I guess he's got his own media company now. You never know who's watching. You never know who wants to pull you in and to give you an opportunity, to give you a platform. And a person like that is a person that is in a lot of important rooms. And it may mean something to this platform to have that conversation. Good, bad, or indifferent, we will not run from the truth. We will not tell our truth. And we will not ask the hard questions if that calls for that. We're just not going to do that. We're going to be authentic. We're going to be real like you saw Monday, like you saw today, and we ain't bickering. Everybody's emotions were just high. That's why we didn't have no reaction show, because you probably would have got none but beeps and cuss words. You see what I'm saying? And we finally settled down and we calmed down. And trust me, y'all, we are going to get into some football. You know what I'm saying? I like, that's a good question. It's a really good question right there. But trust me when I tell you, we need like 50,000 more of you.
I can't. Let me say this too. Actually, what I was about to say kind of pertains to his question. What we need to do, we need to realize, no matter how high our expectation was, that our team is going through a transition right now.
Yep.
And with that transition, we're going to have some highs and lows. So what I would say, because I hear, the rhetoric, but if you are attacking a player on social media for his play, don't do that. That's a great way of losing a player. And you got to understand, these players have friends. These players have family. These players have associates.
Yep.
And if you're hurting that bad, just do like we did far as Saturday night and not do a live. Don't go on your page, and if you got to go after somebody for missing a ball or somebody for not passing the ball or something like that. I mean, we feel the same way that you do about a lot of stuff, but we don't go out and attack the players. So you want to know what you can do? Leave the players alone when they make mistakes.
Yep.
Understand that they are teenagers, and what we have to look at it as well. These players being young, these players are being pulled in many different ways. I mean, so many different ways with this social media era, and with school,
yep,
girls, coaches, parents, friends, and then they looking on TV and saying they former teammates and all this glamour and glitz. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes your body can be here, but your mind can be on the other side of town. So what we have to do is make sure that we do what we can to definitely make this side of town as bright as possible.
Yep.
So let's not torture the players, you know what I'm saying, for making mistakes. Because again, it's easy to call a game and say what you would do or what it was when you're not there. So that's something that we need to stop doing. And let love on our players the same way we love them when they came here before they did an interview with Tiger Talk, and when we were trying to get them recruit, we need to do that same thing.
Yep.
Everybody's not going to have a good game. So we can begin there with retaining our players and recruiting other players. We got to help the coaches out as well.
Here goes, though.
Oh, man, I was just still stuck on that same point. I mean, like I said, I agree with TD earlier. My only thing is, again, social media. I mean, you pretty much view them like you're not gonna win nothing there. I mean, first off, you're not having there's not logical dialogue. So whatever dialogue you're having, nobody's reading it to get understanding or to be proven right. They don't care. They're trolling. So that's what
Right.
I'm saying. There's no point in that. However, the thing that can have an impact is, and that's the only thing I regret, man, the fact that you don't have a me or a Ken on television when you got an idiot like LaShawn McCoy, and you can actually drop some knowledge on the tube, because it's not so much that he gets it. The same way he regurgitate that mess out there, I can combat it, and all the masses can hear what I got to say. Just like when Shannon Sharp, who's an HBCU alum, can go out there and say some foolishness, I can come out there. Somebody like me or Ken could be right there on the same television screen, hitting you with the facts. Like, no, we're not gonna do this. Oh, you in front of Keyshawn and say, hey, wait a minute, bro. What you mean the school got brown water? No, they didn't. I said that affected the shit. Like, if you're gonna put it out there right. You're not gonna sit here. If it was USC, you wouldn't do that. You see what I'm saying? We're gonna cut the malarkey out. That's my only thing. But the thing, and the reason why there's no outrage when you see it, because again, it's a little old black school. And again, black people devalue black things. And it's not, and I'm gonna say this, it's not Colorado. Prime could have left Jack State and went to Ole Miss. Place that if it was on fire, I wouldn't piss on it. It could be Ole Miss. It will get the same traction right now that it's getting in Colorado. And guess what? And you know how people say they feel about Ole Miss? If Prime's at Ole Miss right now, the same energy that he getting in Colorado, matter of fact, I probably say it probably might even be a little bit worse because he's in the SEC.
Hey, one thing I do want to add to what you just said is that it could be me, you, but it could also be TD. It could be Rochelle. It could be Nook. It could be Timona. Anybody that has the knowledge to articulate the facts. Facts matter. And to TD's point, we can only control our audience. We may. It's important that we do the work and we be consistent. We will have opportunities to make an impact. Trust me when I tell you. Continue to be, what you say, consistent discipline. We're going to show up. We're going to show our face. There's no greater way to support a team than for them to continuously see you show up, no matter how bad they playing. Because we like to talk about how bad things went. You know what we didn't talk about on Monday, and shame on us for not talking about it, because I know we were emotional. We scored in every way that you can think of on Monday, man. I mean, in the game on Saturday. We got a safety. The defense scored twice. The defense put 2 points on the board. Anthony Smith scoop scored. The defense scored again. Seven McGee got his first touchdown. Irvin Mulligan runs in a touchdown from. Listen, we got the best running back in the conference. I said something about when Justin was on here, me, Justin, TD, and GA, and then we was talking about the what we talking about, the type of the balance, how we want to be, what type of team we want to be.
Oh, yeah.
We ran the ball 45 times and we threw it 25 times. We can't get so emotional that we skip over it, we gloss over the facts. You get what I'm saying? JD Martin's going to be healthy. Cornish Miller's going to be healthy coming soon. You see what I'm saying? They both projected to be back for the Alabama A&M game. Coach T.C. Taylor says, look, I have yet to see us play a complete game when I expect us to have a complete game coming soon. So what I'm saying is that there's a lot that we did. Cam James got better. Everybody want to pick on him. I must say I had to correct myself. Cam James was on the left side of the line, TD, when Irv Mulligan broke that long run for that 66-yard. If you don't believe me, go look at the video. You see big number 58 trucking. He getting down the field. So what we do is folks want to talk about 58. If you're gonna throw 58 down there, make sure you give 58 credit when 58 may open that block up and give Irv Mulligan a touchdown.
And you know what, Ken? You're absolutely right, because
I'm just saying, we can't just have left-handed comments all day long, because if you don't love your school enough to show up and support it, how the heck you gonna sell that to a player? We already got the team. We just say it's all connected. We just said that when they turned on the TV, they got HBCU alums singing praises for Colorado. They got PWI alums singing praise for Colorado. If we don't start really bigging our stuff up and put our money where, and listen, when we say put our money where our mouth is, we're not talking about those that already are doing it. A.D. Robinson and them just dropped an initiative to pull in those that are not. Y'all do realize there's really about anywhere from 3,000 to 5,000 alums that really consistently donate. And we always say, we like, what we say, we got 50,000 alums. That's like 45,000 people that ain't getting no money back.
Hey,
go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Hey, I want to say something about a point that Zoe made.
What
he was saying about Keyshawn talking about the water and stuff.
Yep.
So I'm gonna tell you something. I'm not gonna go far to say that they don't know. I'm not gonna even go far to say that they don't care. But I wonder how many times, I don't want to say toss and turn to sleep, but they wake up or go home to reality and realize that I'm really throwing my people under the bus. They gotta keep up this image for a check. I'll give you an example. There was a guy on one of the news network on the far right who was reporting, negative reports, and he ended up getting fired because he came out and said, look, I know what I'm doing is wrong, but I got to do this for my job. I got to do this for, for the station. So although that, they're making reports, some of those guys know what they're doing is wrong, know what they're doing is selling out their people, but they're doing it for a job. They're doing it to, I guess, call themselves to protect their livelihood. And if they know if they go against the grain, they'll be ousted, and then they have to try to find somewhere else to go. But you know what? I on the other hand, I was thinking about this too. And this right here might not be popular. And I hint toward it last week. I'm going to say it this time. We keep talking about guarding the yard. A lot of stuff. Well, I'm not saying they really care, but some of them know in the back of their mind that they're wrong, Bobby. But
that was the system I was talking about earlier too. So, so you really defining it. Keep going.
Right. So, if we're going to keep talking about, guarding the yard, we're willing to put up a fight for our school and for our team, man. And going against the initiative that you said, that's going on now, Ken. I think a lot of us would like to see some form of a fight from the school, from, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these narratives and stuff that are being put out are their way of lowering or reaching out, approaching the players. So if most of these people out here fighting on social media for our school and for our players, it'll help if the people out front will give something to ride for people to ride. We got to have leadership. We are people with small voices. These people have titles and jobs, and so in doing it for the school that we love. So we need something to piggyback on, Ken. We need to know something is being we need to know something is being done. You know what I'm saying, rather than just a talk, because right now a lot of time it looks like friendship matters more. It looks like, respecting that situation matters more. Man,
let me remind you of something.
Before
you go any further, you remember the conversation we had in that room in Miami, in the hotel?
I got my states mixed up.
I know we've been all over the place. First of all, let me say this. Right now, we are transitioning between presidents. Remember when that misinformation was put out, the school did put out something saying, hey, this is what happened. Nothing was really out there. We are transitioning into, we have an acting president that really wasn't a part of that regime. She kind of took over at the last little sec. But we did have a conversation with a coach. Remember? a particular coach. We was in the room. There's a lot of things that has happened and that is being done. A lot of the stuff we not gonna see it on social media, but there are some things that have been done and things that have been put in place. But this was just a tough year. You know what I'm saying? I say this in relation to that, and I'll let Zoe jump in, and then we're gonna proceed with a couple of other things we want to move the conversation. I told y'all it's gonna be one of them shows, man. Right?
Well, with that, Ken, Ken, I understand things are being done in the background. I understand, but say something to let the people know that something is being done. If nothing,
when you say something being done, what do you mean by that? Give me an example.
Some feel
in regards to what though?
No, I just want to make sure we clear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even talking about the president. I'm saying far as the players, far as the approaching of the players, far as losing players for foolishness. You know what I'm saying? Being picked, just coming to sporting events, plucking, using it for a farm.
I don't think you'll see that happen again, bro. I don't think you'll see that happen again. I don't think that'll happen.
To be honest,
that was a tough situation, and I'm not even making any excuses. I don't think you'll see that happen again. I think the program foundation has been laid now. I think that a lot of that stuff was happening, bro. Keep in mind now, a lot of them players that were still here are not here anymore. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think those that did not want to be here are gone. And that's just what it is. And I ain't gonna even go any further with that because it's a lot that was done to try to keep some players here. I know that because
also it was a special nuanced case because typically if it was happening like right now, then you would have a head coach the school shouldn't say anything. Because it's not the school's place to say anything. But what you could do is, for example, in the same scenario that you put out there, a coach would say something.
Like, that's what I was. Yeah,
But you gotta remember, last season was a whole different case. When a lot of stuff was going on, the first portion of it, the coach wasn't even hired. And then even when it was so many moving parts and so many things going on because it wasn't like when we hired a coach that's coming from another place. We hired a first-time coach. You see what I'm saying? That was here. And there was so many moving variables. So I can tell you it's going to be a whole total different thing, a whole total different field this offseason. Now, even with that being said, all of y'all that can hear my voice, come December, whether you like them or you don't, we'll have the players that are going to leave.
Hey, man, you know what TC told us? I wish Nook was here. He was standing right there, and I ain't even put that out there, but he was
no.
I just leave that alone. Leave that alone.
But so I'm just gonna tell you now.
Let's just say it was a lot of players that said one thing and did something else. And in relation to poaching, bro, it's not happening like that. Like it's obvious because what you're going back to is the thing that we had coaches that was. Hold on, let me make the point. We still had coaches that had places here that was transitioning out that could use things. You see what I'm saying? I don't think you'll see that again. You know how simple a poach is? It could be a coach telling someone that's friends with a player to reach out to that player.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
That right there, you can't really do nothing about that. I don't know how you manage against that. I'm saying for me, if I'm a coach and I got 100 players that I'm managing with 20 staffers, you can't unless there's gonna be something like a tracker on their phone and all that type of stuff. I think you got to just kind of wait and see what happens. As of right now, we have a team, I still feel like TD that the way you offset poaching is you got to make Jackson State the best that it could possibly be.
Exactly.
That's what you have to do. And what I'm saying is that's going to come in some different ways because the poaching ain't just come play for me. Poaching can be this. And I'll just say it like that. We've seen it happen. We saw it happen. I can't say We saw it happen. Where some things was done to take care of some folk and some other folks show up, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, it's just almost like none of that actually happened. So again, I'm with you. I feel you, but again, it's like,
So Ken, I let me ask you this scenario then, bro.
go ahead.
You was a hooper, you a baller. You know, you had that, as you said, that jumper was wet.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Let's say it was the era where
It's still wet. I ain't mean to cut you out, but it still got some liquidity to it, huh?
Somebody have more years to boom with this. That's this year.
Let's say that you know what I'm saying, you know, you playing at HBCU somewhere, or you that, you know, junior college you were, and you got a call from whoever the coach was at the time when Fab Five was going, you know, and
is it Steve Fisher?
Yeah, I mean, but you want to represent your school. You want to be down and committed, but the fame is over there. How do you? I mean, what do you do?
I got a great answer for you.
Go for it.
Hold on. I got a great answer. Same thing we did last time. I want to say this because I've seen this, TD, with my own two eyes.
Go for it.
Jackson State, our coaching staff, the way they recruit, it ain't no mistake how Coach T.C. Taylor, Coach Olders, really, and their staff got these players to Jackson, man. When I say roll the red carpet out for these players and go above and beyond, I've seen it with my own two eyes. We've even been a part of it sometimes, you know, with Tiger Talk, just kind of seeing some things. And I think what happens is when you don't see it and you haven't been able to really see it,
that's the main point.
It's the thing that kind of makes it questions. But trust me, bro, like I love the way they have carved out a way to show Jackson in Jackson State in a way that's second to none. All you can do is show what you got in the best form that it has. Trust me when I tell you that new weight room renovation is going to help. That locker room renovation helps. That practice field helps. You know what most of these players are sold on, though? That atmosphere, TD, when they go to that game, bro. When they see them pom-poms rocking and shaking and they see 30, 40, 50,000. Now, again, this is the conversation. This is the tone now. Trust me when I tell you, bro, if we go to Mobile and we beat Alabama A&M, TD, that game, that homecoming game is going to be robust. Follow me. We going to feel better because we going to be in the scene 40, 50,000 and we going to have some recruits in that thing and we going to feel like Jackson State again. 23,000 ain't us, man. You know what I'm saying? Folk don't like the red uniform. It just didn't feel right to some folk. You know what I'm saying? Trust me.
You're also playing that game. You're 4-2.
Now, one thing we haven't done, because I do want to get into some football, we haven't won back-to-back games yet. So that's the other thing. You talked about some things on Monday. I think people need to see us keep it. Like we need to ring off some consistent wins. We can't do the win. We can't trade. We feel like Texas State right now. We trading touchdowns. We trading wins, loss, win, loss, win, loss. You know what I'm saying? So we got to go beat Alabama A&M next week. I think we do that. I think people are going to feel good about it. We're going to be 4-2, 2-1 in conference play, and we're going to be coming back home for damn near sold out packed stadium. The atmosphere is going to be electric. It's going to feel like how it feels, and that's how you sell Jackson State. I'm not going to get into the things that I know I've seen the coaching staff do because I'm not going to outline on this live how they roll it out. But trust me when I tell you, bro, next time we get a chance to be a part of it, you're going to be right there and you're going to see it and you're going to have them questions answered for your own self and you'll feel a lot better about it because trust me, I don't have my blue and white glasses on when I say this.
Hey, last thing I'll say about all that, and then we can push on to wherever you want to push on. Joe and Kim, you know, y'all can give people some perspective on this. I guess what I'm saying all about, and I started saying this and didn't complete my thought with the Buy 40 campaign, donating money, you know, the initiatives, you know what I'm saying, the social media fights and stuff that goes on in protecting and guarding the yard. I guess what I was saying is a lot of stuff seemed to be kind of in the closet, kind of secretive, and being in the public. And a lot of people outside feels as if they've been not, I don't want to use the word slighted, but not informed. So with that being said, it's kind of hard to go in my pocket when I'm, you know what I'm saying, when I'm not getting anything. That's why I've said, you know, even if a big statement not made by a coach or something, they say, hey, we are aware of this. Hey, we guarding the yard, we still doing this. Or you know, someone come out and you know, even in the administration, just to kind of relate, public relation.
But
You know what I'm saying? And that would allow, you know, because people don't, I'm saying something. People be tough with their wallet when they don't know exactly, when they feel like they're being kind of.
Trust me, I get it.
we get that.
done
But
initiatives
you're not,
based
hold on,
on-
hold on. You're not gonna get any statement from the school side with any type of athletic and that type of athletic sense. You know, when it's factoring in, especially when it's going to one particular sport, you're not gonna get a public relations statement for something that's going on with football that's like, you know, something that's happening that's not criminal. It's just, that's the first thing. Like, that's just not going to happen. And again, the only reason why things happened the way that they did was because it was a special sort of circumstances. Again, now, if anything would have politely happened, trust me, because I know TC, if it ever got to that point, he would address that. But and that's only if, that's like, because you have, what was the coach? Pat Narduzzi from Boston College. He made a statement when he made it. It was, I think it was a player from USC. I think it was the coach of Pittsburgh.
It was Pittsburgh.
It was Pittsburgh. He came, and it was just one player. And he came out and said, you know, yeah, I think they're openly trying to recruit our guy. So a coach,
Trent Difford too over at UAB.
Yeah. So like a coach will come out and say that, and that's just one player. But you're not going to get anything where you got. You're not going to get.
Yeah. That's what I mean. I'm not talking about a whole dissertation or anything like that. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying exactly what you said. You know, someone on the sideline come out and just reassure the people, hey, we still own it. We still guarding the yard, because some people are concerned.
The way
but what I'm getting at is that I'm saying the scenario that you're pointing out, we don't have to worry about that, because number one, first off, the players that we got pretty much want to be here. And again, if we have an attractive talent, someone may be interested, and that's fine. And I can tell you right now, we're not the only school that somebody probably looked at the player and like, you know what, I would love to try to get that guy. You know what I'm saying? But again, them reaching out to them, whether it's on social media or anything else, you can't stop that. Now, granted, if it's something else above that or supersedes that, and it gets to the coaches, and trust me when I tell you, TC Taylor has his fingerprints all through this program. Trust me when I tell you, we don't have to worry about that. Like I said, last season was a special set of circumstances. That's pretty much over and done with. We're actually good on that in that regard now. But outside of that, that's why I want to segue to, be it as it may, we're going to lose kids though, regardless, not because of any poaching, just because this is the new normal now. So whether it's players that you like, it could be a multitude of reasons, whether it's playing time or, hey, somebody reached out to me and they're promising me more playing time. They're going to offer me a guaranteed something, or they're willing to offer me more money, or they're selling me more money, whatever it could be. Some players are going to be pushed out. What I'm telling you is, it's free agency. Come December, you're going to lose players. There ain't no getting around it. But guess what that does? All that does is create open slots, because just like those players are going to leave, every coach is going to go to the shopping market. They go in the Publix and they go and look for some players.
Let me
I tell you.
Let me add to that. You don't see poaching. You don't. The only thing that you're referencing is the example of what we've seen. We have to go back to the AAC when the coaches that had left was there. Or we could talk about whatever. Unless a player shares a text message, or a parent say something, and you know what I'm talking about when I say that. Unless that comes from that way, there's no way a coach would really know. And then two, when you look at social media, like I don't treat my social media. I don't care how many people follow me or I interact with. I don't treat my social media as if the school or the coaches can see what I see, because you really only see what is in your vantage point. The other way you offset that is you do what we have been doing, and that is we've done a good job of facility upgrades. You show your work. You do your work. You know what I'm saying? And there's also a plan in place to upgrade there's a lot of upgrades happening right now. We've seen them physically, and it seemed like something is happening each year. But I'm fully aware of that. I mean, if we can't get behind the JSU by 40 and somebody's gripe is, well, I don't see enough, then I'm just gonna ask them, you know, like what is it what is it gonna take? Because that's not just a Jackson State football thing. The JSU by 40 is for athletics. It's not for football. It's for
everything.
Soccer, it's for baseball, it's for bowling, it's for basketball, which we got to get into the women's basketball tonight because the women's basketball schedule dropped. And I, for one, want to go to Puerto Rico. I'm just going to put that out there, and we'll get into that. But my point is, I'm with you, bro. TD, you know the other way, we got a platform, brother. We're going to keep doing the work. We're going to keep doing those initiatives. I'm foolish enough to believe that some players saw what we did. We donated some money to the baseball team. When we go drop that water off, you know, it's just little things that we do, man, to show that we do love Jackson State. Is it going to appeal to everybody? Probably not. It's hard to appeal to everybody with one thing because it's hard to satisfy everybody. Those are great points. But again, I know that the coaches have done a ton, and not everything that they've done is going to be done in the limelight because the stuff that's happening is not in the limelight. They address it when it comes up. But go ahead.
I guess the last speech that I probably will say on that is sometimes, man, even in this, you know, even in this way, we're dealing with a father and a son, or a mother and a daughter, and they doing a lot of things. You know, sometimes it doesn't take buying a car, buying a new bike, or buying some new Jordans to get that kid to step up to do more, or get that person to step up to do more. Sometimes it just takes some kind words to say, I love you. With that being said, and I know you're saying about, you know, people gonna give, they're gonna give, but you know, with things being the way they are, the content being the way that they are, people really want to support. But when they feel like they're in the dark, sometimes you just take a small statement and say, hey, y'all.
I don't understand why they would be in the dark though, TD.
You guys are more.
Make me understand, for the people you're speaking for, what are they in the dark on? Because I'm still not getting it. And I ain't mean to cut you.
Right. Okay. I tell you what I mean. The question I just asked you about the Fab Five. We know that we want our team to be dominant. We want to win the celebration mode every year. We want to rule the SWAC and continue to be dominant always.
Right.
We're gonna need the players for that. We're gonna need, you know what I'm saying, and we know that, you know, the adversity and the challenges that we face within the city, and being a HBCU. So we got to go a little harder. So when people feel like they're a part of something, or they riding with something, or they have somewhat know what's going on, they have a tendency to say, you know what? I heard that. I see that. I'm not concerned about that because ASVP dropped something and say, hey, y'all, we still guarding the yard. No, you know what I'm saying? Just, I love you.
He do that on every single video. At the end of it, he's saying guard the yard.
Yeah. Well, okay.
No, I'm saying like every single video, they guard the yard. And then two.
Yeah, but
keep going. I'm trying to understand.
Yeah. and some people, I guess what I'm saying too, with the mindset of some people seeing this on social media, seeing what's going on out there, hearing people constantly come for us in magazines. You got people interviewing our players about somebody who's already gone in the middle of the season. I mean, it's different stuff like this that make people insecure about what's really going on.
There ain't no. I'm gonna say this, bro. There is no lack of control. We can't even interview players, and I'm gonna speak from a media standpoint. If a player was interviewed in the season, they got clearance. There's things in place. And trust me, bro. Tiger Talk even got to submit names and all that. It's a process in place. Trust me, there's structure there. It's not helter-skelter. What we got to do is we can't let our imagination, because we don't know, start assuming things and making the assumptions become the reality of what we think we see. It's not like that. And just because we don't, go ahead, Zoe.
No, I was going to add to your point. One other thing too, TD, they got clearance for, I'm going to use the players, right? They got interviewed by Complex. The one thing that we don't know, we don't see, I'm going to paint a picture. Because they have to get clearance. Okay, we got clearance. Just because you read what you read in the article, that's not the whole interview. They could have actually talked for like 2.5 hours, you see what I'm saying, about a smorgasbord of things. And then they chose to put a thing in, you see what I'm saying?
You know what I think? I think we want to erase Deion Sanders. And that's that. No, hold on. I ain't saying you. There are people that don't want to hear that name. That's asinine.
Yeah.
Coach Prime was our coach last year. There are still players on this roster that played for him last year. Okay? It's almost like you see it, TD, because we be on Twitter. We see a player that played at Jack State, graduated from Jack State, went on. They didn't play for Colorado, speaking on behalf of Coach Prime. People feel some type of way about that, as if how they feel about that man is the same relationship that player has with that man. It's not the same. That's called self-centered. That means that you only see the world from your lens, and you're not even considering the other person's perspective. Let me say this too. TC has said that. I watch every interview that our coach put out. I watch everything that he say. And he has addressed a lot of things. One thing he has said, and I'm not talking at you, I'm just saying, he has, when the media asked about certain questions, they was even wanting to know what him and Coach Prime talked about. He said, we talk. That's all. I ain't telling you all that. You know what I'm saying? And I think we got used to seeing somebody that be openly about every single thing. This speaks to what you talked about. Now you see somebody in the room that's a little bit more closed off than the person that left, and we start thinking like that his approach is wrong as opposed to the other approach, and it really just comes down to preference. It's not a right or wrong thing. Let me say this to the people that needs that you said in order to donate. Now, how about this? How about we got an alum that's the head football coach? How about we got an alum? How about we got one of our own that's a head football coach? How many? Don't tell me. And if you know anything about the history of Jackson State football, boy, tell me you know about the way we've lusted after the idea of an alum leading the program.
Head coach.
Here we got an alum that's leading the program, and that got dealt some damn lemons, bro. True story. He's picked up the pieces and has done a really good job of that. And that's why I said we got to get focused on the stuff that he has done. We've done a lot to support, and we will continue to. And I'm just saying, from our vantage point, a lot of people have. I can't speak for those folks, man. I guess those folks are going to have to come up here when we drop the link, and they're going to have to say what they need, and they can speak for themselves. But I ain't in the business of trying to figure out what nobody's thinking about what they need to give their money. It is what it is. You either going to be a participant in that, or you're not going to be a participant in that. A.D. Robinson won $12 million in a calendar year, because think about that. What can you do with $12 million? And all we're talking about is $40 a month. We're talking about $480. If what you're saying is that the videos, the ASVP that dropped out, we get a press conference every Tuesday from the coaches. We get a post-game press conference. We get video footage and content. People are confusing the fact the school never dropped content like it's dropping now, because there was no platform. You had outside platforms dropping content. You had Reach the People. You had Well Off Media. You had the pregame show. There was no Jackson State Facebook page. There was now. So the content and stuff that we were seeing was from platforms that when that man left, the platform left. So there was a void. So Jackson State had to pick up the pieces, had to establish something. It doesn't look the same, so people might feel a little different, right? All I'm saying is that whatever that looks like, that person is going to have to decide what they need. If you feel like you ain't getting enough as an alum, and I'm going to just tell you right now, then maybe you need to reevaluate your fandom, or maybe you need to have a conversation with the people that you want to have those questions with. Go to the website. Their phone numbers and their email addresses are right there. When you're at the game, pull them aside, ask those questions. You can't put it all on us to have to come to you and tell you everything that was said, because TD, true story, don't expect a coach to sever the ties of their relationship. They're not going to throw their relationships away, man, because they're in the coaching fraternity. You see what I'm saying? So they can address, a coach can also address some things, and it doesn't have to be public, because there's some politicking and shit that go on. We see that all the time. And it's like, if you don't understand how to politic, it's amazing how we want to see this is what we do. And I'm going to say this and I'm going to move on. I'm going to say this. I'm going to allow, if you guys want to combat it, I'm going to leave it alone when I say this. I don't want to end the conversation what I say and not give y'all an opportunity to come in if you want to. When we go on our jobs, there are people we don't like. There are people we don't want to deal with. There are bosses that mistreat us and say there is a pecking order. There are certain things that you don't just go up in there and run off at the mouth and say what you want to say. You don't just address things how you want to address it. You don't send emails and without the right tone, because guess what? You realize that it could be more consequences that come to that. There's a way to do certain things. And to be perfectly honest with you, the answer that I have for what you're really asking is, I don't know the real answer to everything. I don't know all that's happening, and I don't know all that's being done, but I do know what we have seen and what we know that's in place. And I feel good about it, man. I think our fans are going to have to fall back in love with Jackson State football post Coach Prime, because there's things that we fell in love with. Go ahead.
Look at True Bloods.
I ain't looking at no comments right now. What they say?
Okay.
Let me go to it. Zoe, put the comment up there.
Hold on.
1033.
There right there?
Not that one. It was at 1033.
What did? Scroll up and see it. I stopped looking at the comments so I can understand what's being said, because that stuff become a distraction. You see it, Zoe?
That?
Yeah.
Once again, that's somebody that don't know the facts. And I'm going to leave that right there.
Okay.
You don't know everything. TD, you and I have had these conversations offline, and I'm not going to do that on this screen. You don't know the facts. Yes, I'm going to leave that at that. You don't know everything. Because just because you think that it could be, don't mean that the content ain't there. There is no content that's going to get released at the university standpoint that's not approved. It has to go through a proper channels, and it has to be an agreement to allow that stuff to get out. If someone decides they don't want that to get out, then ASB, Austin and his team can shoot until the cows come home.
That's true.
There's a protocol in place. Again, y'all are comparing a school YouTube channel with a private YouTube channel. The school has certain things that they can and can't do. Show me any school in the SWAC that's putting out the type of content that you want. Because what you're saying is your appetite is for what you were getting, and you were not getting it from the school. You weren't getting it. What you was getting from the Jackson State YouTube channel, where the YouTube channel was nothing. IG page, you was getting some stuff. It would be like meeting stuff. It would be like clips of Junior running down the sideline saying, "I love the line." That laugh, that iconic laugh, that getting that type of stuff. There is no sideline. There is no camera on the sideline.
Nothing that told the line.
We're not. So, but this is what you do get. Well-off media. Hell, he in the room. That's a private. The school can't regulate that. But you saw what Colorado did when he first got there. Now I don't watch his stuff anymore, so I don't kind of know what he's putting out. Maybe he's putting out stuff similar. I don't know. I think he's doing well. Pre-game show as well. So that's not happening right now. So when we say they can do more, make a video in response, he has made videos in response to negativity. That's what's not fair in those statements. You are trying to. So what negativity? This is the other question I have, and I am going to move on. What negativity are you referring to? Maybe you're referring to what's on First Take, because if they're speaking about it on Twitter, just because you don't see it, don't mean it wasn't addressed.
The other point of that too, though, Ken, is that I agree with you. But the other part to that coin is when you say make a video to the negativity, how much and at what point? Because negativity is out there every day.
Well, I see this, and I see Austin and his team.
It's stuff out there every day.
One thing that I know the players like, TD, they like to see themselves. They like them dope photos. Do you realize that every single player that has a photo in their camera, they get their photos, and get what they do? They go post them joints on their social media.
Facts.
So that means that all the teams, they got a whole team. We see James, we see Ashton, we see Filmati, we see everybody that's working.
James,
they do a dump. Even players that didn't even see the field, they post their photos. It is what it is. So content is happening. I think what we're hearing is people want certain types of content. And again,
the other thing is different too, is like you stated though, Ken. You know, now we're leaning more on one major entity as opposed to having 4 or 5.
Here's the difference. Let me ask y'all a question. How many of you people, not you people, how many of you out there, and this maybe everybody subscribe to the Jackson State football YouTube page? Is everybody out there subscribed to the Jackson State YouTube page? Is everybody out there watching the content right now? That's a real question. Seriously. That's a monetized page. That's Jackson State making money off of Jackson State. And somebody's going to hear this that I'm saying and think that I'm defending it or giving excuses. I'm just telling you that I can say, here's what I ain't going to do. I don't give a damn what y'all ask me. I'm not finna sever my relationships at that university to answer a question that's going to jeopardize, access and relationships. I'm not doing it. We're not doing that to satisfy somebody's selfish desire to want to see something that they don't see. Don't matter that they see it on another platform. You get what I'm saying? It don't matter. I understand. I respect you. Love you. I understand you want to see what you want to see. But if you don't want to see it, that don't make what we're doing not great. That's how you also guard the yard. It's by supporting what's in place until something else comes. Now, we can talk offline, and I'll tell you exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not doing that online. I'm not doing that. Because one thing that's greater than anything in this world, even money, is relationship capital. And I'm not severing no relationships because I want to make a point or show anybody up. That's not happening. There's some things and there's some protocol in place. And you of all people know exactly. We've even had to get in line with the new structure and how things are going. And we just have to adapt and keep rolling. It is what it is. It don't matter what I want. I want Jackson State to be able to sustain itself off of itself. If that means that we take a L, then we just take a L. But I'm gonna say this in the midst of everything, because again, we get caught up in what we want or what we ain't seeing. Here's what we saw. Even in the midst of all the poaching that we talk about, we had the #1 recruiting class in all of HBCU football. That happened. Now, we won't know what the next one looked like until we actually go have it and we evaluate that. But that happened. We got a team full of players. We just haven't put it together. And the coach even said that. So we did really daggum good in recruiting. And honestly, we had more players that actually, some of them didn't make it that we thought was going to be here, and it went how it went. But let's not forget that this is a rebuild. You know what I mean? When I say rebuild, I don't mean rebuild in the standpoint of that we're going to be losing and we got to reestablish. No, we're talking about is it a remodel? Maybe that's a better word, a remodel. Because this is a completely different team, different coaching staff. There's the only 2 coaches left from last year are the coaches the head coach and the tight end coach. Everybody else is new. This is a whole new everything. And we 3-2. So,
Running
backs coach, Coach Morton. That's right, 3 of them. So I'm good with that. We can come back to some football. Got a couple of preliminary things we do want to and while we doing that, I'm gonna drop the link. If folks want to come up and join us, they're more than welcome to do that. But I'm gonna move on because we got some other stuff we want that I want to touch on. I got to give some love to some of these other sports. Again, foundation, if you guys want to donate, go to Givelify, send a donation to Friends of KC-1400 Inc. That's another game changer because I don't get to focus on what everybody else doing. I just know what we doing. You know what we doing. Zoe know what we doing. I know what we doing. KT Dub know what we doing. Nook know what we doing. Rochelle know what we doing. We going to change the game because we going to get active. I can't worry about those people that's in the Jackson State faithful that need something else. I'm just saying, maybe I'm wrong for saying that we should go harder because we got an alum that's leading the program. How about you love on Jackson State until you see what you want to see instead of waiting on seeing something that you want to see? That's my take on that. JSU by 40. What's up, TJ? I'll get to you in just a second. Y'all know what it is. I dropped the video. Y'all know, go to gojsutigers.com/JSU by 40. Sign up for this campaign. We need 25,000 alums to donate $40 a month to get to 12 million. 50,000 is a but we really just need 25,000 to get to 12 million. We can do it if we want to do it. But back to the football game real quick. This is what I did want to talk about because I wanted to make sure before we moved on from football, I just wanted to highlight Irv Mulligan, bro. Best running back in the conference. I think we all can agree with that. But I thought this was so impressive, man, because I was looking at his stats. In 5 games, man, he got 86 carries. It's been splitting time. But he got 509 yards. So right now he's averaging over 100 yards a game and a touchdown a game, and he's averaging 5.9. I wish I could push a button and have my brother first play. I love the video. See, again, that was a video put out today with the Irv Mulligan. It was on Access.
Give Mr. Mulligan the damn ball.
Yeah, give Mr. Mulligan the hey, that's iconic, man. They took the clip, put that out there. Shout out to First, man.
Put it on something.
Hey, that's a good brother, man. He work. That's one of the hardest working brothers in showbiz right there, man. I'm talking about work his butt off. Again, another Jackson State alum that's doing great work to tell the story, keep the narrative straight. She loves all those that are out there.
Quick point of reference, right quick, man. He pretty much got SWAC Newcomer of the Week. The one thing I hate that's happened in the past, Irv is going to run away with the rushing title. And I'm just going to paint a scenario. Let's say we finish 9-2. Irv Mulligan probably, let's just say he got about 1,200 yards, maybe even 1,300 yards on the season. And he got like 13, 14 touchdowns to end the season. And he won't win Player of the Year.
He'll win Newcomer of the Year.
He'll win Newcomer of the Year, and that's a damn shame.
Because you know, Player of the Year go to the quarterbacks. They don't show no love to the
same thing happened to Terrio.
It did. It definitely did.
Terrio should have won Player of the Year, and Terrio ended up getting Newcomer of the Year.
Let me say this though. He did win Player of the Week, the Celebration Bowl Player of the Week, or the Cricket Celebration Bowl Player of the Week. So he did win that. But for the SWAC, I think Quincy Casey won Player of the Week, and then the defensive lineman won Defensive Player of the Week. But I just wanted to highlight that. I'm gonna pause.
What's up, TJ?
And let TJ and speak real quick.
What's up, hey Ken, real quick. I want to say congratulations to Irv.
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's just like the beginning. Like I said, ever since I saw that interview that you did on Tiger Talk with him, just something about that guy that I knew was real, and I've said that several times before. Yeah. So the boy run hard. Congratulations to his cousin Hazel. I told him, I said, hey man, I said, JSU, we're going shopping in Beaufort, bro. I said, we're going shopping in Beaufort, that was up, man. And yeah,
Hazel, get well, man. Get well. He didn't play last game.
And shout out to the homeboy First, man. That guy is funny, man. I like him to crank up the band as out that we win. The boy be doing his thing, man. We gotta give Mr. Mulligan the ball. Hey.
Give Mr. Mulligan y'all know how you do. I ain't gonna steal his thunder, man.
All right, man. I'm good.
Hey, I come right back to you, bro. TJ, you up first. What you got, Doc?
What's up, fellas? Man, been enjoying what y'all got going and talking about tonight. One thing that I think that kind of to TD's point, and what you guys kind of spoke on, Coach TC's reach on the program is different than what we saw with Coach Prime. He's more laid back and chill, but I mean, if you watch him in interviews, like certain mannerisms that he has and just the way that he speaks on certain things, you can tell that, he's in the know and he's, letting people know that like, hey, I am guarding the yard. I just don't think it's just in the same way of what we've been used to seeing for the last few years. And even with, being able to, from a media standpoint, spotlight the players. I like the videos that come out that we see, the media team posting, because it kind of, if you're good, if you had a great week, if you showed up in a game, you're spotlighted.
That's
Whereas
true.
in previous years, it's kind of like the team seemed like a celebrity type team, and you had to have security clearance pretty much just to see certain people. And it was like repetitive. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I just think this team now is more authentic. It's more the traditional JSU that we've been used to seeing for many years.
Great point, man. Great point. TJ, I mean, not TJ, Tyler, I'm going to let you jump in there next.
What's up, y'all? I don't know what's going on with my camera, but
you good?
I just wanted to speak on a couple of things. I think a lot of you all know that as a profession, I'm a journalist. I work in media. I currently work at the top news station in Atlanta at the moment.
What news station is that?
WSB TV.
WSB TV. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So a lot of the stuff that I see people saying in regards to like media and stuff like that, and just to speak to your current the point that you just made. Last week on Twitter, I was like, I just so happen to be scrolling the football page, and I'm seeing videos and I'm seeing content that has less than like 1,000 likes. Engagement isn't where it should be as far as like comments and things like that are concerned. So what I said on Twitter last week, as much as some of us like to talk about what we're not seeing and what we're not getting and stuff like that, every JSU football game is on television this year, for one. Secondly, when it comes to content, we as fans have the same amount of responsibility to continue to push the JSU narrative and the JSU brand. I tell y'all all the time, I didn't go to JSU. I went to Tougaloo. But I'm from Jackson, Mississippi, and I grew up 5 minutes away from that campus. I'm literally right around the corner from Jackson State. So I'm pushing Jackson State, Tougaloo, Jackson, Mississippi, everything. So basically, long story short, when y'all see content posted to the page, like the content, share the content on your social media, on all of your social media, in order to get that engagement and stuff going. It's really simple. I mean, when when you're talking about content, pushing narratives and stuff like that, like the content, share the content, repost it on your page, tell other people about the content, and you get a chance to keep JSU in the algorithm. You see how the other school is in the algorithm because they're constantly posting stuff and they got they have the entire country, you know what I'm saying, on that bandwagon. So you're going to constantly see that type of stuff pushed in your face. But you also have the responsibility and you have the opportunity to push the JSU narrative just as far, if not as far. It takes nothing to go on the page, like the content, share the content. Everything on, first of all, and I think the YouTube page is already there, but there should be more than 1,000 followers on the JSU Tigers football page. Really, all the athletic social media pages. And yeah, just push the content and share the content. It's really not hard, y'all. I mean, and also, I'm getting more into my content creator bag, but speaking specifically as someone who has editing video is hard. Editing video is time consuming. So for y'all talking about what you're not seeing and stuff like that, if you knew what it takes to sit down behind a computer, chop up video, splice video, add stuff into it, add music, make sure that all this stuff is make sure it's not copywritten, so you don't get a copyright strike or something like that. This stuff is difficult. I'm speaking from experience. Yep. I have experience editing video and putting documentaries and stuff like that together. That stuff is hard. So before y'all get on here criticizing and talking about what you're not seeing, make sure that you're liking, you're engaging, and you're sharing. Period.
Tyler, at one point, There was no content after the previous coach left.
Right.
And it had to be created. We had to start from scratch. I'm telling you right now, the first year is usually you get the least. That's usually how that works, especially when you're laying a foundation for something. You can always get better at what you do. I think Austin and his entire team, let's say we go into next year, I think they're going to be rocking and rolling. Keep also in mind that we got a new SID that's going to be joining us at some point. Dwayne Lewis is actually heading out. He said, "You know I know who you want." So that also matters because that person is over the messaging that comes out from an athletic standpoint. They're going to have a vision for what they want to get out to the masses. You know what I'm saying? So, obviously, that's an opportunity though for you to move the needle in some directions that you want to go. You get a creative mind to come in there that's a little bit more wide open with it, align with the coaches and the ADs and make sure everybody's on the same page with messaging. Universities are a little different. You can only do so much. You know what I mean? There'll be content. There's a lot of content that's out there, man, but it might be a cuss word in there, here and there. You can't put that stuff on the school page. Now, we love it. We love to see that. Now, if it's KC-1400 median and we was allowed to be in the room and we grabbing everything, then, hey, that's different. But we were already told that we're not going to be that type of content is not something that he was going to reel that in, and he did that. He did a really good job of that, and this is his program, and this is how he's going to be. You know, that still shouldn't have nothing to do with why you support or don't support. That's kind of, that's a little cheeky, if you ask me. You got an alum that is going to need everything. This is a different era, different game, man. So, but it's your money. You do with it what you want to do with it. It's your call, your time, your whatever, So I thought that was all I was trying to say when I said we could be better. We can be better supporters. We want the coaches to be better. We want the players to be better. We want the schemes to be better. We want the execution to be better. But we can also be better. We can do this better. We can be better at this show. We can be better at how we support. You know what I'm saying? We can be better with our messaging. So I'm just taking that same energy, trying to do our part, do whatever we can to make it, and hopefully that is infectious to others to want to do more. I think there's a lot of people that have, Randy, I don't know what's going on with your camera, man. You keep trying to join and something it's not allowing me to add you. There you go. Okay, there you go. Go
What's
ahead.
up, y'all?
Boy, mess up. Start talking right now.
And go.
You on a timer over there with that dial up, man.
Man.
What's up, brother?
Ain't nothing, man. But listen, man, y'all, I wouldn't even worry about all the screaming, man, all the complaining, man. Just work, y'all. You know what I mean? It's a process, bro.
Yep.
So I think y'all are doing a great job, man. Especially y'all, man. Y'all in ball rooms and everything. Cause I was like, damn. All right.
Hey, man, look, everything you've seen
growing, man.
Everything you've seen has been intentional, and these three brothers at the top can tell you all the stuff. We could actually do we really could create some content out of the adversity that we've had to go through just making stuff come to life, man. It's been a grind, man.
Yeah. I like it though, man. So just keep going, man. You're gonna have bumps, you're gonna have haters, you're gonna have all that. So you know what you want. So
you know what we want though?
We
want to win, man.
Yeah.
A lot of the stuff that we complain about, if we win next Saturday, it's gonna feel a little better.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming, man. Win against Alabama State, things gonna start to feel a little better, man, because we win it. And I think that's what needs to happen, man. That 77 that we got dropped on our head, it knocked some things loose for us for a minute. Then we come back and we look how we look, and it's just like people just feels it's a lot of uncertainty right now. I think we just got to settle down and just get back to the basics of what we do. Just be a basic fan.
But
be a basic
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm done.
But you know what that did, man? That it actually showed you where you are.
Yep.
not just in scheme and like all that. I saw like a lot of stuff that can be corrected, but it's like time. Like brand new systems, like kids flying them around though. I mean, that's what I like, but a couple more recruiting on classes, man. You're gonna be straight.
Yeah, I think that's the case. I think the coaches are out there definitely recruiting. Speaking of, by the way, I don't know if we can put that out there about the let's just say it this way. There was a tryout held for kicking.
Mm-hmm.
And let's just say the interest was extremely high. I was shocked that we had that many folks actually at the university that has a history of doing that. So, and there was a couple that was I want to say that was taken. So Coach TC has done just a masterful job, man, of handling the adversity with poise. That's one thing you got to compliment our coach on. He's dealt with some stuff, man, and he hadn't ducked no questions. I don't know if you guys are watching it though, but every Monday you got the SWAC coaches call. That's on YouTube. On Tuesday you got the Jackson State coaches press conference. That's on YouTube. Then you got the press conference after the game. So 3 times a week you get to see Coach TC Taylor talk, and then whatever coaches or players he add to that mix. But I just love the fact that he don't give you a whole lot of coach speak. He tell you exactly what it is, and he tell you exactly what he got to, what we got to get better at, and I can appreciate that from him, man. So, but again, I also can appreciate everybody feeling how they feel. I don't want to. I'm not dismissive of anybody's feelings. Only thing I just say to everybody when they feel how they feel, just consider it from the other perspective as well. That sometimes the stuff that we see or don't see, it doesn't mean that there isn't a plan for you to see it. It just may be some variables in place that's not. And don't be too selfish to the point to think that they're gonna come out and address everything that you're thinking anyway. They're not gonna do that. That's not even realistic. You know what I'm saying? So you got to trust the people that's in the room that's giving you as much information as they can. And some of us just nosy as hell. That's why we love that content. We want to see everything.
But you know what, Ken?
You know what? And it works. Don't get me wrong.
It worked, man. But check
you
this
wanted
out.
it. You wanted that content.
Yeah, but listen. And this is what I'm gonna tell you the honest truth, right? Maybe it's a nugget, right? Watching the Jackson State game this year versus last year, right? I knew a whole lot of, I knew more players' names. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew not just Shador, Travis, all of them, but just like Gaddy and Hooks and you know what I'm saying? And that was only through the inside, stuff.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people got hooked from that.
We did.
So when it didn't happen, that might be the reason why you're seeing maybe like a little drop. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it has been a drop because of that. That's 100% the reason. The engagement and we tried, bro. We tried to fill in for that. I know Austin and his team, they had a lot of ideas, but in the end, whether you like it or not, the coach is going to run his program how he want to run his program. And it's not wrong.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We have to this is what I don't do. I don't make what I want and what I desire, in my opinion, be what's right. It's not right or wrong. It's not determined by what I think.
Right.
What's right is what he wants to do for his program. It's not about him. Because I ain't gonna say he don't feel like he don't want the spotlight on himself like that. But at the same time, I'll go to a conversation that he mentioned with us, and I'll give you as much as I could give without disclosing anything. But I know that what he did say was that his main goal was to keep his team grounded and focused on what the mission is, not about all that other stuff. And that's if you talk to any coach in America, most of them want to get focused on that. That's why you get a team to go do that stuff. You don't need all that other stuff in the place because that stuff works when you're in an environment that's conducive to that. But when you're not in an environment that's conducive to that, it looks like a distraction more than it is being a part of a system. So it works for Prime. Prime is a lightning rod, man. And that dude is he is different, man. He's one of one.
Right.
So
right. I mean, I'm just saying that's what drew me. And I know that I'm not alone. You know what I'm saying?
No, you're not.
And
you're not.
You know, I can understand TC's point. You know what I mean? But like, there got to be a balance there. You think? You know what I'm saying?
I think we've seen more content coming out, but it's
right.
different.
The content's dope though. I mean, like it's exciting.
Well, the only difference I wanted to make with people is to understand that the platforms that you were watching that content were private platforms. It was private platforms that were allowed to be in the room. It wasn't coming from the school. You see what I'm saying? That's the difference. Right. And I think people really need to understand that. The school is somewhat restricted to what they can put out on their official sites. You see what I'm saying?
So it's different rules.
Absolutely, there's different rules. Show me a school right now that's putting out content like what we did last year on their official school page. You're not going to find it nowhere in America, not even Colorado.
But you know, isn't it new though? Like, I mean, I never seen that before.
No, yes, you have. The thing is, you're not seeing it on the school's platform. Even
so what I'm saying is,
the majority of the Jackson State content you saw was not from Jackson State. It was from entities associated with Jackson State.
I get that. So,
and that's the same in Colorado now. From when I say that, if it changed, it changed. What you see from an inside standpoint, you still have a separate entity providing inside content. So that would mean that there would need to be a separate entity inside the room to provide that type of content at Jackson State. But that is something that the coach would have to allow.
And the same thing is coming out right now. So day to day, all day long, because you have four major entities now that put out Colorado content every day.
Okay.
Well Off Media, Reach the People Media, Pregame Show, and DNVR. I mean, every day.
Right.
And DNVR goes live every day. Every day. So much so they've actually merged with the Pregame Show. They're still the only school that does that. When it comes to the university website, they're not putting out content like that. Matter of fact, I would tell you right now, JSU puts out way better content than Colorado does from a school standpoint. Athletics.
Right.
Football.
So, let me ask a question. So because they're separate, but they still put out basically the same. They don't allow like bad language. They don't allow.
No, it's not about the language. It's not about the language.
It's not about the language. Content is content.
Well, you're getting like behind the scenes, like Hard Knocks, documentary style content from those platforms as a collective unit. We had that, you know what I mean? And
but the different thing now is, like I told you, DNVR goes live every single day after every practice. And I'm talking about sit down podcast every day.
Right.
Every day.
Right.
So it would have to be something that would, and this is all I'm saying. Why the hell are people emotional because the coach decided that he don't want to do that? That's his damn team and it's his program.
Right.
But it's fake.
I don't get the emotions behind it. I'm saying when that person say I'm not doing that, he's all right, okay, cool. Just move on.
But here's the thing, though. It's fake outrage because, again, Colorado's the only school doing what they're doing. Watch this. Who's the number one team in the country?
Georgia.
They ain't got that. Who's number two? Follow the pattern that I'm going down.
All right, go ahead.
No school. So what I'm saying is, you have one school that's one of one that's doing what they have. They're doing what they're doing. And here's another thing: they have to.
And it ain't even just that, so it ain't
Why
even a
they have
matter.
to, bro?
It ain't even a matter of just have to. It's a matter of the fact that Deion Sanders is attractive. He's
No doubt.
He's a lightning rod. He is what people are. ESPN, every channel. That's all they talk about every single day.
No.
They have Colorado. No, I'm not saying you're not saying that. I'm just saying, like, if he wasn't there and Colorado was doing that, the content wouldn't be that interesting. What makes it interesting is people want to see Deion and what he's doing.
But the point that I'm getting at, you're right. But the point that I'm getting at is, they're one of one. So I'm saying it's like we have people that's mad that we aren't doing that. What I'm saying is they're one of one. Right. Nobody else is doing it.
Right.
So my thing is the expectation shouldn't even be there to begin with.
Here's the other thing, Randy.
What?
This is the thing that nobody wants to talk about. They always say they want that. Who gonna do it? Who? You think I'm finna quit my job and fly and move to Jackson and be following the team around every day? And folks ain't gonna watch it. I ain't gonna make enough money to sustain myself. But if my dad is famous and I got 300,000 subscribers and I got people tuned in and watching, I'm telling you right now, it ain't gonna. You see what I'm saying? So Neely was there every day when he was in Jackson. He was at the school every day. It's a commitment, man. Like, that's the side of it that people ain't talking about. You have to have something to sustain you financially to allow you to even build up on that.
Low-hanging fruit. It's low-hanging fruit. The point I'm getting is that people who are saying that why Jackson didn't do it, I'm like, okay, it's fake outrage? It don't even make sense. They are one of one. No other school is doing it. So please enlighten me how we're supposed to maintain something with a lightning rod here.
I ain't even gonna say it's fake outrage. I ain't even gonna say that. I'm gonna just say I give validity to everybody's feelings, whatever.
All right, listen. I'm not.
It's cool, but I'm saying, go ahead, man.
Like, students can film.
They can.
Right.
But here's what I'm saying,
Randy. The point that I'm getting at.
Hold on. What are they gonna film on?
What are they gonna film?
What I'm saying is they would have to create a platform.
Introduce me or people like on me for those kids.
But here's the point that I'm getting at, Randy.
So when I watch the game, I can say that's whoever, that's that person. You know what I'm saying? Like we as an audience.
I'm telling you right now, we got more than enough people in the room to do that already.
Here's the thing.
I mean, you kind of getting that now, Randy. Like, I mean, you know, when they put out videos, I'm saying, like, you get that now. Like, it's not like you got somebody walking around following these dudes around campus. Like, you still get that. They highlighted. I mean, like, look at some of the highlights they did with Peppers. You know, with the sack that he got. You getting, you know, that's an opportunity kind of for you to know who that player is. You get the same thing with Irv. You know, you get the same thing with Hunt. You know, when they highlighted him running the ball down the sideline against Southern.
That was a rap battle in the meeting room.
Like
it's just not. It's probably as much as you. This is all.
No, the difference is.
Go ahead.
No. I'm gonna tell you what it is, kid. It's like I told you about women and consistency. Remember that conversation we had?
Yeah.
What all women say they want? They want consistency. But guess what? It's a great analogy.
All right, go ahead.
Women say they want consistency, but guess what, Randy?
What?
You getting consistency. Consistency means I'm getting something day in and day out. Hold on, kid. You're getting something day in and day out. Your issue is you want the same frequency.
People want
the same frequency. That's the issue. You're getting the content every day.
This is all I'm saying, though. What I'm saying is this right here.
We're getting movies every day.
It's a football team, man.
Mm-hmm.
It has no bearing on winning or losing. It doesn't. No, I'm not. Hold on.
I'm just.
No. This is all I'm saying. We're doing a lot, but again, the thing that you have to keep in mind is this.
Thank you.
What does that say? I can't read that.
A video of Prime just walking down the hall doing nothing gets 500,000 views. There is no other coach in the country, especially FCS, that makes that content worth the money to produce. Thank you.
I don't know, because it's new. How do we,
Randy, how you gonna say
we
you
know that?
don't know? You,
Hey,
I can tell you how.
I'm
Hold on,
only
let me
saying, listen.
let me tell you how.
I'm only saying that
You want me to tell you how?
No, wait, Ken. I'm only saying that because the light at Jackson State is still bright, even though
the light is not bright as it was because the light bulb ain't in the room no more.
You're still getting a recruit.
Oh, you're still getting content. For those that like the content, they're gonna go watch it. For those that want to go see it, they're gonna go watch it. Again, when you have to build a platform from scratch, you have to do the work to get the subscribers. You have to put the content out. You have, again, when what TJ said was that we created a YouTube channel from scratch. That means no subscribers or nothing, and you start dropping videos.
Right.
The likes, the shares, the comments, all of that stuff creates an algorithm that helps to support the validity of the content. It's gonna get it in you. The more you watch it, the more you'll see it. You got something?
Yeah, I just yeah. First of all, that's one of the things I run speaking on.
I know you want. No, that's a Randy thing. Keep on.
Yeah. Second of all, man, I'm gonna ask you what else on the agenda, man, because that ship don't sell.
I'll move when I move. I'm if somebody come on the thing and they talk, then we'll give them respect to get out when they come. Randy done fell off again. But what I'm saying is that trust me, I know how to move it along, bro. Just let me take the lead on that. We good. Again, I was just addressing this comment. I ain't trying to be disrespectful, but again, when it come down to, you know what I'm saying, content, it is what it is. This is what I'm going to say about all of it. And this is what we need to do. Look in the mirror and stop being selfish, people. There are a lot of things that I want, but if the damn people that is in position, I don't have a football team. I don't have a university. I don't have an athletic department. I don't have none of that stuff. I'm going to support Jackson State regardless. I made my mind up. I'm going to do everything I can to support Jackson State. And sometimes, TD, we're not going to get what we want. And I'm not going to let my fandom and my support waver because I didn't get what they want. Because there's a lot of damn people that's in the comments. They don't do what I do. They don't do what you do. And I ain't make, hold on. Let me say what I got to say. I ain't coming at nobody differently. This is all I'm saying. You have to separate your emotions about what you want versus what the coach wants. How y'all gonna make what you want greater than what the coach wants? If the coach says, I know my room and I don't feel like the people I have in the room, that this is a good recipe for them, so I'm gonna run it this way, then damn it, support them and let them do what they gotta do. But we always want to make it about what we want. Your frustrations is not about what's happening. It's about you not getting what you want to happen.
Or looking for a reason not to, or looking for an out.
Hold on. I'm not saying that everything you saying ain't wrong. I'm not saying that we can't play better, we can't coach better. We ain't talking about X's and O's. We're talking about preference. And you're not going to sell me on no damn bull junk to say, because I ain't getting some content or because I ain't getting this, I ain't going to support. If you want to do that, fine. But don't complain when players go elsewhere. Don't complain when things don't go. If you can do more, do more. If you can't do more, then you do what you can do. But again, we got to get out of the emotions and stop making it about us. I can give my opinion. I can say what I want. And you know what? It may fall on deaf ears. We done even had to deal with some adjustments. I had to take an adjustment. You had to take one. And it was like, nah, bro, that ain't going that way. And we had to say, damn, I thought it was going to go this way. Okay, I guess it ain't going to go this way. What I'm going to do? Take my ball and go home? I ain't supporting no more because I ain't get what I want. My support to Jackson State ain't hinged on what I get back. So, yeah, that is frustrating when you hear that. Support or don't support. You either true blue or you're not. Our fans are made up of a lot of things. We got some casuals, we got fair weather, we got true blue, and we got some X's and O's folk. We got folk that's only gonna show up if we playing good football. We got folks that gonna show up regardless. Hell or high water. We got some folks that gonna show up when the limelight is bright. And we got some folks that's only paying for they casuals and they don't really follow it. That's the four ingredients of our fan base. And right now we're clicking on about 25 to 50% of that right now. It is what it is. Do better. If you can do better, be better. Like I said, and I welcome anybody. If you get frustrated with what we got to say, you ain't got to watch. But I ain't trying to be offensive because I can't see you like that. I'm just saying we got to calm down, bro, and let the emotions come down and let them do what they do. Let the coaches do what they do, man. They'll get it. Like I said, we jump from topic to topic because we ain't getting what we want. Be a better supporter. But when we say that, every time we tell people, this is the other thing. We say this stuff, and then as soon as we say go by, we can do better with season tickets. We can do better with attendance. We got every damn excuse under the board, under the sun, as to why we can't sell more season tickets, why we can't attend the games better. But we want to complain. We want the coaches to do this. We want to run a reality show. We want everything that we want, and we can't even buy season tickets. And I got 5 of them. Damn. We got 30 damn season tickets between 5 people on the screen. We sold 6,100. Come on, man. I ain't trying to hear that.
Yeah, those are some good points, Ken. I think like our fans, they need
like that. Again, we need to. Hell, I ain't smack talking. I ain't in them groups. I'm gonna call it like I see it, man. I'm gonna call it like I see it. We can be better. We can be better alums and fans and supporters, man. Yes, we can. All this old fair weather stuff. It was easy to be a fan of Jack State when Dion was here. It was easy because everybody was. We ate everything that everybody gave about Jack State. We ate it up. Now it's time to do the work. And we mad because we want to punt on my support because I ain't getting what I want. I want this, I want that. Well, you might not get that. Anyway, we moving on to football, man. I'm done talking football, man. Feel how you feel. We'll be in Mobile, Alabama. Whether we'll be on the sideline in the stand, we're going to be there. And get what? We're going to be in Itta Bena. We're going to be in Arkansas Pine Bluff. We're going to be everywhere. And it ain't free. It costs a whole lot of damn money to get there. And we're going to come anyway. Anyway, I got the women's basketball schedule out.
Ain't talk about football no more. Now talk about football.
It's sickening, man. I'm not, TD, I appreciate you, bro, because you always bring the points that need to come up. And I appreciate the dialogue. But it just, what annoys me is that people don't even realize that it comes off as emotional selfishness, man. I ain't trying to even be funny, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I'm just saying, like, God, dog, man. We complain about everything, and then we ain't got no solutions, ain't got no support on none. And then you wanna mortgage I'm gonna mortgage my support. You either give me what I want or I'm taking it back. I'm gonna take it. No, just keep it, bro. Season tickets $110, and we talking about. Let me add this up. I'm on one now. Let me add it up.
Hey man, you see this line right here? Hey, you see this line right here? That's a nerd. Somebody did.
So let's see. 80, and you said 40 times 12 is 480. A set of season tickets is 110. That's $590. Boy, imagine what we could do if every alum that gave an opinion found $590 over a calendar year. Let me divide this by 12 months. That's $50. That's $50. We could change the darn game if everybody bought one set of season tickets and they literally did the JSU by 40 initiative. Hold on just a second. Let me do this real. Let me take it on now. 50,000 alums. That is, Lord have mercy. That's a lot of money.
You better call on them.
Ooh, that's a lot of money.
You better call on them then.
Hold on, Zoe. Man, that's $30 million. $30 million. 30. Somebody put 30 million in the chat. 30 million. $30 million. If every alum just bought one set of season tickets and put $480 on the calendar year for the JSU by 40 initiative, that's $30 million. Imagine what Jack State could do with $30 million. Our athletic budget in 2022
oh my God.
About $12 million.
You trended. Somebody said you doing boy math. That was trending on Twitter today. And now you came out, you doing boy math.
Oh, the hell with boy math. We finna go to girl math. How about this? Look at these girls up there. Somebody mad about the red uniform they got on. They entertaining stuff no more, man. I'm sorry, bro. Annoying, bro. I ain't gonna get what I want. I'm sorry, man. You're gonna have to make your mind up. You either in or you ain't. You ain't, man. All right, women's basketball. Listen, the schedule came out, but this is what I wanted to hone in on, everybody. And I'm done with that.
Hold on. We finna talk about the women's basketball team?
Man, we're finna talk about this schedule.
Look, hold on. What's today's date? It's September 28th. Let me go say this now because the season ain't started yet. Get your damn tickets. Get your damn tickets.
Man, anybody look at this team, bro. This team is loaded, right?
Oh shit.
It's amazing.
I needed this shit.
Hey, I'm happy to see I'm happy to see Maya Crump back. We got some transfers. Man, we got this team loaded, man. Key transfers to come in. Number 3 from Auburn. Number 24 came from Texas Southern, I want to say.
I like that.
The Low Country Locomotive. I like that.
I like that.
Hold on. Number 22 came from Valley. Where my girl at, bro? What the other one? The JUCO kid.
What you talking about?
I'm looking for. I think she number 11.
Just tell me who you talking about.
The young lady who transferred in. I want to say she came in from a JUCO.
We had, you had a girl from Auburn and
Auburn is number 3. Kashana Lucky, that's Haley Breland. 22 came from Valley.
Man, look at that blonde bum shit right there. She died of here.
Hey, man, them twin towers in the back going to wreak havoc on the SWAC this year, man. And then I'm happy to see number 2 back, man. Maya Crump back.
Hey, I'm going to tell y'all right now, y'all going to see a new and improved Daphne, bro.
I think so, too.
But new and improved Daphne White.
Hey, look at this schedule, though, man. I did want to hone in on this. We open the season at home. How many fans we gonna have, right? We got the best HBCU basketball program. We open up against Lemoyne Owing, November 7th.
You want to go high or low?
Neither.
You want to go high or low?
Yeah, November 7th, we open up Lee Williams Athletic Center. Then afterwards, Tyler, we got your school, man. We got November 15th, we got Tougaloo.
Hey.
Then we're gonna hit the road, Southeastern Louisiana. Shout out to now one of my former colleagues. His daughter plays Avery Berry from Pflugerville High School, man, out of Austin, Texas. Plays at Southeastern Louisiana. So I'm gonna definitely get to that game because that's gonna be around the Thanksgiving week. Now, this is why I wanted to talk about this, y'all. How many of y'all want to go? Let's go, man. Jackson State will travel to San Juan, Puerto Rico.
We've already talked about this.
To compete in the San Juan shootout against Central Florida on November 23rd. They got Puerto Rico, Mayaguez, and St. John's on the 25th. So they got 3 straight games. Let me look at the date. Let me look at the calendars.
You said it right last. It's Mayaguez. Because
I was thinking about Rodriguez. So the 20, whoa. Oh, snap. The 23rd is Thanksgiving Day. Well, I ain't going to make that one. But I can definitely get there on the 24th and the 25th. I don't know, man. So on Thanksgiving Day, we got, and this is the week after Alcorn. So look at this, man. We got Alcorn on the 18th. And then we got Southeastern Louisiana on the 20th. That's that Monday. Definitely going to catch that game. I'll be be close to home for Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving Day, man. I wonder what time that thing is. I ain't even going to try to pretend like I can get over there on that day. I can travel out there on the day of Thanksgiving. Sounds good to me. You don't have to have no passport to go to Puerto Rico either, just so y'all know, because it is a part. How many of y'all knew that already? Bring the turkey to Puerto Rico. Let's do it. I'm with it. Then after that, we open up a 5-game road stretch. Kansas State, Oregon State, Mississippi State, and then we got Miami, and then we got last game of the year, we got Texas, man. So anybody got anything on the women's basketball schedule? Anybody looking to make their way?
I'm gonna get my season passes and I'll be good.
Right on, TD. Get the damn ticket.
Yeah, I definitely got to purchase some tickets myself and make sure I get some.
I got 2 sets of season tickets already. Get 2 every year. Speaking of women's basketball, we want to give a shout out to Deja Rogan. The Rebels, they signed a 3-time MVP winner, She's still playing over at the Essex Rebels, still playing overseas, man. Congratulations to her. Somebody tell us it. Puerto Rico is you. Someone tell that silly Hertz worker in New York that Puerto Rico is yours. Yes, it is. You don't have a passport to go there. Of course, we got, if you haven't bought your tickets, man, next Saturday, Lab People Stadium, Mobile, Alabama, we got the Gulf Coast Challenge. Make sure you go ahead and get your darn tickets. If you don't plan on coming to the game, that's going to be a whiteout. If you do plan on coming, it's a whiteout game. So for those that love the colors, whiteout game. The game is at 3 p.m. We got a decision to make, man. Do we travel home after this game? We talked about that, bro. What we do? We stay or we come home on the same day? Game will be over about 6. Hit the road about 7. But you got to eat. Nobody got nothing on that?
So what now?
It might be good for a turnaround, man. I mean, you got enough people driving.
No.
No. Don't want to go to sleep.
Facts. Facts.
Hold on, Zoe. Hey, you said a concert after. What concert?
Me snoring.
Bruh, speaking of, man, let me take this off the camera real quick. Let me tell y'all something. This dude is the most. Dude, you got narcolepsy, bro?
Be tired, man.
But that dude literally falls asleep. Listen to me, bro. This man falls asleep like instantaneously. Like we talking right now, and I got my cell phone, and look at this. I'm doing this, and he go. Now I can't look at him because I got my eyes on the road, and I'm like, yeah, bro, what you like, dog, you sleep? He literally sleep with the phone in his hand, knocked out cold. They got in the car.
They got a picture of me and you sleep with a mobile phone in their hand.
Bro,
they know this already.
That was after a long day. But anyway, let's get back to these last few preliminaries, man. So from a football standpoint, I did want to put this up here real quick. As far as the conference, for those that don't know, right now we're 1-1 in conference play. In order for us to get to the Celebration Bowl, we're going to need FAMU in their next 6 games to lose 2 games. At this point, that's the only way. Unless we beat Alabama A&M Saturday, Alabama A&M beat FAMU, and they win out every other game. So if Alabama A&M had 1 loss, we beat them, they beat FAMU and everybody else, that's the only other option for a 3-team tiebreaker. Outside of that, we need FAMU.
But then it comes down to point differential.
Well, it'll be a point differential. I'm just saying, like, that's the only way. We would need FAMU to lose twice. And
well, we're gonna roll with the lose once.
Lose once?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Need them to lose one. Well, they need to lose to Alabama A&M. That's who they need to lose to, because they already beat Alabama State.
I'm gonna say what I'm about to say for a few later weeks. But you know what? If they lose one, they might shit a brick, because there's gonna be some hellified pressure then.
I need them to go and get one out the way. Well, EA laughing. Look, there you go. I know, EA. We need y'all to lose something. And then until they lose, it's gonna be tough. I don't see it, but we'll see. You never can tell, man. He said,
I think they could potentially lose to Bethune.
Bethune is janky, man. That's a janky game for them. And I know it's a rivalry game, but we're gonna monitor it week by week. But right now they sitting on top. We 3-2, they 3-1, they 2-0 in the conference, 1-1 for us. Prairie View on the other side. Ain't the State Fair Classic this weekend?
It sure is.
Yep.
You got Grambling, you got Grambling Prairie View this weekend in Dallas.
And I told everybody before the season, I said the winner of the State Fair Classic gonna win the West.
It's gonna decide the West.
That's gonna be a damn good game.
I also told everybody that Alcorn was gonna win 5 games too.
You had a bet going on with Blue, huh? Okay.
I told Blue, I was like, Alcorn ain't gonna win 5 games.
Valley got FAMU where? It'll be in this weekend? I think they got Valley this weekend. I think they FAMU.
Yeah, FAM go to them.
I'm all in on Valley. I'm rooting for Valley this weekend, dog.
That game is in the beat.
It's in Urbana, bro.
Oh,
You gonna slide?
Anything can happen in that one.
Get the scout on, big dog. I need you. I'm
Mike,
gonna be watching from the TV, man. You know, Valley gonna play it on YouTube, so I'm all in on that one.
Hopefully, Valley put some content out about it.
Yeah, Valley's been doing a good job of dropping some clips here and there as well. So, yeah, man, we got some work to do.
Look at EA.
hey, again, we did though. Man, get out of here. We did donate. We talked about the check. Hey, real quick, y'all. Listen to me, y'all. Listen to me carefully. I'm gonna put this out. Look at Mike Reed down there. Shout out to Mike Reed, DJ Mike Reed, and DJ DJ Freeze, DJ Finesse. The block party is being moved to the convention center on Thursday night. That's different. Usually the block party is outside. So listen, man, it's from 5 p.m. to midnight. Hit that link if you go. Don't wait. You might want to start making preparations now. If you plan on doing any type of partying for the homecoming, go ahead and get started on getting your tickets and start getting.
I prefer the block party still be outside.
I would too, man. It's gonna be different going in the convention center. It kind of makes me not want to go. I'm not really. I like the outdoors vibe. It's a little different. It's a block party. It looks better aesthetically. You know, it's straight out. But see, Lee, don't let up, man. OG be going, man. But no, that's all I had on. I wanted to get it's still outside. Okay, so it's over by the convention center. I thought they were talking about. Okay, good. All right. Okay, good deal. It's outside. Okay. All right, my bad. I thought it was inside. What the hell did it say? What am I tripping? Okay, it's outside. We're gonna let them. All right, good deal. I'm gonna take you. It's still outside. Good. Yeah, we can't have no block party inside the house, man. We got to make sure we got. All right. So that's I just wanted to touch on because I really want to talk about the women's basketball program. And just for those that did want to go, hey, look, go ahead and go to the website. Their schedule is up. And go start planning out your travels, man, if you haven't already. All right, we can get back to what we were talking about. He said he went live on Facebook and said, "All right, good deal. Right, maybe that's a good decision. I'm proud of y'all for changing that. That's a good thing. Yeah, man. I didn't really. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that alone. If it's inside, it's all good. It said what ASU team has the most acronyms. That's who you pick to win. Okay. But yeah, man, we can get back. That I just wanted to take a break from that other stuff and get through that little tidbit. I really could have did that earlier though. But I will say this: let's get back on just on football and not all the other rhetoric. I wanted to talk about some things, man, that I have seen us improve upon, and that was kind of the biggest thing. When you go back, I was talking to TD today, and I was saying, just kind of looking back at the game. I went back and looked at the game. And one of the things I did kind of wish though is I wish we would have received the ball, you know what I'm saying, and on Saturday. Think about it. If we receive the ball, Leilani don't have to go out there and kick right away. And so we get to go offense first. And then if we don't get a first down or whatever, we get to punt and we could still flip the field and go accordingly. So, but if we scored though, think about this. I got a question for you. That's why I say that. Shout out to Leilani, the first female, because now folks are even trying to make that out to be a gimmick. And stop watching that fool on YouTube that's out here trying to this so-called woke dude or whatever. Stop. Leave that dude alone. That's somebody that's looking for clicks. My question to you, though, Zoe, let's say we receive the ball. If we receive the ball, score a touchdown, get Bethune-Cookman, does Leilani come out there and kick the field goal?
Yep.
I think so too. So I think the kicking situation is going to be a lot better. As I said earlier, we got a lot of interest. Coaches had a tryout, you know what I'm saying, and don't know no names, don't know nothing more specific other than we already knew they was going to actually hold a tryout. So they taking this time to address what they needed, and they doing what they doing. So, But I was talking to KT Dub earlier. I thought he was going to come up tonight. One of the things we talked about, TD, you remember we talked about on Monday, we talked about the use of the tight end. Wanting to see that a little bit more, right?
He had unexpected visits, though. He's good. He's not coming up.
No. That's cool.
I got hit you. I got some intel about some of that today too.
About what?
Practice.
Runs RPO 10 times, gives the ball to the running back. BCU never quarterback run. I can't say that. You did say that. You did say that. EA, you about to get blocked, man. Don't nobody give a damn about what family you going and where they staying. Don't care. We gonna go over there and throw eggs at the hotel window. Don't care nothing about y'all being in Jackson. I hope they make a lot of noise where y'all can't sleep. So everybody find out where FAMU is staying at and go honk horns by their hotel in the middle of the night and disrupt their sleep pattern so they can be tired and stuff. But anyway, man. But if you look at like the uses though, like with the amount of runs that we did, I mean, we really was using tight end in a lot of run support type situations, man. Given that we rushed the ball 45 times last game. But I think I think what we see, all right, Alabama A&M. We can look take a peep under the tent. Did y'all look at that game, Alabama A&M versus UAPB? Did everybody see that game?
Yeah, I watched it, man. It was kind of hard to watch early on, but
they kind of came out. They kind of offered.
Yeah, well, you're right, bro. Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. But A&M kind of moved the ball a little bit better in the second half. You know, I mean, I don't know what Maynard said to Casey, but it didn't seem as sloppy as it did in the first half to me. From A&M standpoint, Pine Bluff was still kind of, the same from the first half.
Yeah, that game was tough to watch.
A&M shows a lot of they have a lot of obvious gaps. They show a lot of deficiencies, but at the same token, too, Alabama A&M does have some pieces.
Yeah, they do. And they got a coach. They got a
good coach, man. They got a good running back.
What's his name?
England.
Yeah, England's good.
Yeah, he is.
They got a good receiver on the outside too.
England is good, but I don't want to be disrespectful, but if Langford not behind center, I feel way better about that game.
Langford?
I said if Langford not behind center, I feel way better about that.
So you're saying that if he's playing quarterback, then that's going to be a tough game.
Yeah, I think he's saying if Casey's playing quarterback, he feel good about it.
That ain't what I'm saying. I ain't even worried about Casey. I don't mean it in that district. I'm saying like
what I'm saying.
I'm saying so you're saying that Langford it creates a problem for us.
No, I'm not saying Langford creates a problem. It's less of a problem if Quincy started.
You think so?
No, so.
I ain't gonna go that far, man. I disagree with that. I think Quincy Casey, man, is serviceable enough to do some damage to us, man. If we don't listen to me, bro. If we don't get no pass rush,
well, they don't have good O-line.
I'm gonna say it again.
Hold on. They don't have a good O-line, and anytime I got a quarterback that's susceptible to go get up under the guard, I ain't worried about it.
I don't even know what you're talking about, bro. That happened last game?
No, you got amnesia now?
No, I'm just not. Listen, this is what I'm saying. It ain't a matter of blitzing. I just think that we get past. I think we can get. I think we can have an effective pass rush. The defense played well last game. I think we all can agree with that. The defense scored twice, man, in the last game, and they really won the game for us. You know what I'm saying? If you really get down to it. So
they did, but
again, when you talk about having a good running back, you got a quarterback that can he's at the end of the day, he was the SWAC player of the week. Okay. He had over 300 yards passing. He had 3 touchdowns in the game?
Yeah, but Pablo got one of the worst defenses in the conference too.
Okay. I hear you on that.
I think Casey gonna come into that game with a chip on his shoulder. To be honest, I mean,
Tomorrow we can't say that. We can't say that. We cannot say that Bethune-Cookman was bad.
TJ, I don't know if you know this, man, but Pringles are some very thin chips. They can break easily when you touch them.
Right, I agree with you on that. So I mean, I feel like his mindset is gonna be there, but the defense is not gonna allow him to do what he wants to do when he comes to that game.
You seen Pringles? They potato chips. That's the kind of chip you got on the shoulder. Yeah, it break real easy when you touch them. I could kill this Quincy Casey guy. I mean, Amber Alert. I could kill. I'm Quincy Casey is okay, but I have absolutely no fear with him leading any team that we're playing. I'm so serious. And Alabama A&M O-line is not good.
I'm really gonna go back and watch that game. As hard as it was to watch it at the time, I was tired dealing with some dental work stuff and all that good stuff. But
guess where the O-line's the weakest at? Guards.
In the guards?
Yes. And guess what we're strongest at? Above the guards. DD is going to have a crazy game against Alabama A&M.
Let me ask your opinion on something. We can JD Martin's supposed to be returning against Alabama A&M, right?
I know you finna go.
No, I just out of curiosity, like, we found something. Obviously he's going. How do you work him back in the? Do we play 4 running backs? So there's one of those running backs that have shown themselves not. You get what I'm saying?
I think bringing JD back would be a good thing. I mean, especially with the guys that we've had. I mean, I would say utilize all of them because JD, he's a different style runner than Irv, and he poses a big threat to the offense. From the defense having to account for him. So I think putting an Irv and a JD out there in the backfield will be really good. And like Manor, he's really gonna have to scheme for that.
Do we have a package that's bad? Go ahead, TD.
I tell you what,
you bring JD back pretty much like you did 7, and then you're gonna use JD. I'll start off using him as a decoy, and then from there I'll start hitting him in the flank to let him go 1-on-1. But I wouldn't just bring him back straight up.
He said JD Moultrie. You gonna sit Mob Miller down?
I actually think when JD comes back, he was actually gonna be starting. And I would. I would. I'm gonna tell you why.
There's nowhere in the hell that JD Martin is starting over Mulligan right now. I gotta stop you, bro. You going? No way he's starting over Mulligan.
It has to do with production. I'm just saying, I would.
It ain't about the production. Is it? No, it is about production. But what's the number one ability in football or any sport? Availability.
I got you. And I'm gonna tell you the reason why I would do it is because it'll have us back to the same version of what we were in game 1, and then they're a great complement to each other. Because again, you're talking about where you can run in JD, but you pass more to JD out the backfield than you are with Irv. And I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna be hard to sit down. It's gonna be hard to sit down Miller. It's gonna be hard to sit down.
All I'm gonna say is that. Zoe, love you, bro. But Mulligan is starting.
And I mean, it's that same situation with, for comparison, I mean, you look at Bledsoe and Brady. I mean, if you got something going, you don't mess with it. Now you do bring him in, you do let him get his feet wet. I mean, you understand he hadn't played since week 1. So you just don't bring him in,
See what she said?
With throttle.
Give Mr. Mulligan the damn ball. Have the saying, dog. It is now. I love JD, and JD gonna play. We know he gonna play. But right. I don't think he gonna hit that field. That's without question. He gonna be on that field. We know that. But he gonna be on that field after 5, in my opinion. So we'll be happy to have him back. And that ain't even a knock to him. It's just saying that you got a running back that's in 5 games, got 509, 502.
All I hear is my confirmation when I told every last one of y'all asses, oh, we're not gonna miss Savion Wilkerson. So you crazy? You don't know what you're talking about. I was like, okay,
that ain't got nothing to do with what we talking about right now. This dude was injured. He's coming back. No, it don't. That ain't got no correlation to that. That you be right, you be wrong about some stuff too. Now, it ain't like you right about everything.
I didn't say I was right or wrong about this. I'm saying that this actually supports the fact that I said our running back room is loaded.
I want to make a wager with you right now. Let's make a wager.
Time out. You finna make a damn wager?
I don't bet. Y'all know I make bets that I can win.
Let me hear this. Go ahead. Let me hear this.
No, I just bet that next game, Earl Mulligan gonna start at running back. That's all I said.
Hey, you know what? I'm about to say what Bobby Brown just put in there. But what I would say, too,
wait a minute. No, I don't.
Go ahead, bro.
No, I don't either.
Timona kept stressing about blitzing.
Yeah.
I think that would be a good idea. A little more, man. Being that I still think our complete linebacker play hadn't completely stepped up yet. So maybe if you do a little blitz, but if you're on the blitz, then we need to make the tackle in the backfield once we get there. And if they line is the way Zoe say it is, then it should be, a party in the backfield for sure. So yeah, I would blitz a little. And you definitely start JD. And then I would keep everything the way it is, especially with JD coming off an injury. You working back in slowly.
Let him get hit a little bit.
Yeah, you working in slowly. Yeah. And so once you do that and you get him going, I definitely love him out the backfield. I love him on wheel routes. Get the ball there to him. I love him on those type plays. So yeah, man, I definitely do that. But you know what? I'm gonna tell y'all something else too, man. And I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I thought I'd see Zeke a little more, but I know with things going the way that they are now. I mean, I'm not sure, but Zeke ran hard, man. Zeke
he's a hard runner. That's like it's like, dang, bro, you kind of get stuck because of the production that's in the room that you're in. No disrespect to Zeke's ability, but it's like, man, bro, that's kind of tough for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, our running back room is deep. You got any one of those guys, because honestly, they can start at any point.
And Zoe did say that. I give you get credit where credit is due. But I just thought you was losing your wits when you said that he gonna come back. You'll start him. You gonna pull the guy that's the top.
I said I would start him, and I would.
All right, if you say you would, I got you, bro.
I think Mulligan is that workhorse, though, man. Like there's no way you can start JD over Mulligan at this point in the season. Like the way he's been running that ball and just like being a leader, like doing it the right way. Like and he's shown that he can't be stopped. He has good vision. He has all the intangibles, and I think so. You slowly work JD in. He can still be a threat, but Mulligan is that guy right now.
He is, man.
That's not what I said. I'm not even touching it.
What they say?
What?
True blood, man. That dude. I'm not.
Man,
one you come back from the ball. But man, it's gonna be. I'm gonna tell y'all, it's gonna be hard for me to sit, man. Ahmad, man, it's gonna be hard to sit Ahmad Miller, man.
Well, I think they all have moments where you give them a time. Yeah, that's the cool part about it. Is this is why that's why I want to see us get back to playing tempo. We talked about things that are working. I want to see that tempo. I want to see us go faster.
We need to play faster. We need more plays.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The more faster you play, the more plays you get. And I just think all that's going to be addressed. I'm curious to see the game plan for Spencer at kick return. I think we all excited about that. I mean, I just want to see Spencer on the field, period. You know what I mean?
Period.
Just period, man. He's a playmaker. I don't even care nothing about that drop no more. Everybody drop every wide receiver drop a pass here and there, but you don't want to see him have consistent drops, TJ say TJ Keaton say no 3-4 front. I mean, man, I think I think the coaches have their schemes. They have the stuff that they're comfortable with calling. I tend to be one that I'm gonna call according to my personnel. I like the idea of so let me say this real quick. I like if y'all remember, y'all do realize we ran a 3-man front last year. No, 21. People forget, TD, that James Houston was a linebacker coming off the edge. We had a rush position. So you had a 3-man front with a rush, and you look like, but it's still a 4-man. So it's the numbers are still what they are. And I think Alan Walker, I move Alan Walker to the edge.
He probably be better.
Yeah, I said that too.
I think that's what he wanted to do anyway.
Vic, hell no.
What Vic say?
And because no system. Ahmad Miller is a dog.
Yeah, that's right.
And because no system, dog. Ahmad Miller's a dog. Our running back room is good. Good.
Well, I said, Deputy Mario, I said that on Monday. I'm running it right back because they got to show me they can stop it. You know what I'm saying?
And to your point too, Ken, Spencer catch that touchdown. It's a whole different ball game.
It is. And that's why I kept saying when the goofy stuff get in the game, you got to get it out, man. You got to do something to make it go away. You know what I'm saying?
Then we came back with that running play by Moultrie, and he stepped out of bounds. I mean, that was another one that was about to get us going, even after Isaiah dropped that ball.
Yeah, he did have a big run.
Hey, do we run any stunts on defense with the defensive line?
I mean,
because
we have something to do.
Let me say this though, because who ain't getting no credit in relation to your question, TD. Was that a stunt with JD, or was that just Devontae? Because Devontae created that fumble that Athen Smith picked up.
Now he just went through there and hit him.
Okay.
He went through there and hit him with his shoulder.
They run stunts. They do run stunts. It's not. I'm thinking blitz.
Bethune ran one on us that I don't know what happened, but the guard ended up in the backfield blocking, and the left tackle, I'm not sure if it was Davis or Cam in at the time, but they went to pass block, and the dude was like, wait a minute. It was a big hole. He said, well, I'm not going to go up against that guy. He just came back on the inside and went toward the quarterback.
Yep.
You seen that? You know, play I'm talking about? Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about. They did, and it worked. It worked a lot. And that was that early. Was that the one earlier in the game? Because I think when you look at that's why I felt like the quarterback his clock got sped up. Haven't heard Hunt's name since SU. Great play. I mean, Hunt was out there. It just didn't. We ran that same play. We ran the reverse. It just didn't work. I want to say that was Hunt that ran the reverse.
Yeah, Hunt was out there. DJ was out there. We had some guys out there against Bethune. We just couldn't get it going.
I mean, but that's what I said too, Ken. I mean, we noticed. I've noticed when Hunt go in the game, they look for the reverse. I think do something else with him.
Well, I think we ran the reverse that time, but I also think that if you remember the South Carolina State game, it was a wide receiver screen from what I can remember, or it was just a quick pass. I just think that we're gonna see it. I think they got plenty of time to really. They were ready for that reverse though, and I think that's one of them plays you can't really run that much. But I think because we had some success, maybe we felt like the coaches felt like we could get, we can make some shake with it. But yeah, Deputy Mario, I was basically calling it. I'm like, man, we gotta. And you know what? The other thing too is that in the end, I made a statement I think I said something on Twitter. I said I'm convinced that some of our fans might be happy with a pretty loss as opposed to an ugly win. And I like to believe that, that was maybe a reach on my part and think that we all would be happy. Huh?
It wouldn't.
It would.
I know it wasn't because I had somebody say, man, you putting words in people's mouth. I'm like, no, bro, trust me. We like to look pretty. And we okay with having a 50-point. We put up 50 and lost by 3. as opposed to winning ugly. A win is a win, man. Because I can promise you, we get this ship righted. Then players come out fresh and recharged and refocused, and they go put a thumping on Alabama A&M. I can assure you, middle ways of the rest of the season, folks ain't gonna be worried about the Bethune-Cookman game, how ugly we look. Because if you forgot, we looked ugly in some games that we won when Shador was our quarterback. You know what I'm saying? I bet you we would have took an ugly win in the Celebration Bowl.
To me, grinding this win out against Bethune, really, I look at it as a potential turning point for the team.
I hope it is.
Because I think it kind of, forced them to come to grips with things from a coaching player standpoint, personnel, whatever. And so, it also just kind of gives everybody the opportunity to step away from football and, come back with a whole new, renewed focus to be able to go and finish the season strong.
I agree. I totally agree.
Hey, Charles, to your point as far as DJ, I think they're using the tight ends a little more to block. But what I would suggest is rub them, because that middle of the field be open. I would still, I would set DJ and Jency and Hagler up to block for a half a second, and then I release them rather than keeping them in.
Hey, Dino, I agree.
Doing more blocking.
I agree too, TD. I agree. We talked about that earlier today. But Dino, we got to go win them though. We win them, it's gonna feel a lot better. Y'all know, even if we don't go to the Celebration Bowl this year or get in the SWAC championship game, let's say we find ourselves in the same situation as FAMU, and we as last year, and we finished 9-2. It's gonna be pretty healthy to go into the offseason with a nice little recruiting class. You know what I'm saying? To come back the next year and be prepared. Bobby Brown, I see you in the back, but I can't add you just yet. Something is I don't know if your audio must not be all the way up to date yet.
Oh, yeah.
No, you can't, Brother C. Lee. I mean, it's always in the moment. It's low-hanging fruit at the time. That's why I was saying, like, no matter what, eventually the emotions are going to die down. Like, we come back Monday. Like, that's what I said. We're going to take Friday off, and we just going to step away from all of this for a minute. Everybody needs to just take a flush. And then we come back Monday, and we'll watch the coach's press conference, see what Coach TC is talking about, and then we'll reconvene and get focused on the football game. I'm going to enjoy just watching football Saturday without having any emotions, not having to really, work. That's going to be fun to just look at football and just enjoy it. Watch all the SWAC games, watch them beat up on each other, see who looks worth anything or not.
Or not.
Well, y'all fellas have a good night, man. It was nice chopping up with y'all. I'm gonna get off here.
All right, brother. Appreciate you for coming in, man.
Hey, TJ, man, be easy.
All right.
Out of here too, fellas.
Tyler, appreciate you, brother.
What's up?
What's up? Doc said he gonna be at the State Fair class. I was sure of that, brother. That's right there in your backyard. Do you think the SWAC would ever drop divisions and put the two top teams? I would hope so, but we'll see whenever that happens.
Hey, Hattie, I agree with you, and I meant to say that. Some people might not agree with me, man, but Bethune-Cookman, man, they played, man.
I was saying it, TD. I said them boys playing tough, man.
They had some big boys, and they played pretty tough.
Well, we was also looking at when they exited the field, man. They had one player that was just made sure to dap everybody up, get they Hey, man. Hey, that's right, bro. That was a gift. It was free on my end. But now they really had some good energy going into halftime. Keep in mind, bro, when they up one, I think it was 9-8 going into halftime. And yeah, man. That was I wanted that lead, man. I just needed something to happen. So when we got that touchdown scored by Anthony Smith, I was like, man, thank goodness, Regardless of everything that happened, I think what's going to really make everything feel better is to go out there to go to Mobile and win that game. The only game that matters is the next one. That's the one we got to go get. We get that one, we'll be 4-2, and that's gonna really feel good about how we.
Yo, I'm about to bounce. 1 o'clock.
Yeah, it's about that time.
Yeah, I'm about to get some siesta, man.
All right, brother.
Yeah,
Have a good night, bro.
Tigers, man.
All right, bro. You was already asleep, so you might as well go to bed. We ready to talk some more football, man. I'm up here going into the last hour of the show. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be on, but I'll be on for a little while longer. I said all I ask is that for the next game at home, that the PA announcer, the boom, chilling, and fans be in unison on defense at least every third down. Hey, you know what we need, bro? When I say this, and I leave that alone. I remember brother Whitlock, Ernest Whitlock, during the SWAC championship game, TD, against Prairie View. Man, we had that crowd. He had that crowd rocking from the horseshoe, bro. And he was the boom wasn't playing, and he started that neck chant. Man, he had everybody going. He was one dude, man, was getting everybody rocking and rolling, and the energy was so high that everybody just started listening to him. And the boom would catch up, and then they started joining in. So maybe we need some fans to get it popping, man. Because when we was on the sideline of some of these other games, man, hey, we do this right here, man. We tell everybody to get up, and if folks start getting up, start making some noise, man. We got to do it, but can we hold the announcer? This is whoo. Hey, Sisters IKEA, I'm pretty sure we have one. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. I don't know. I don't know the names of nobody. I just know. Yeah, hey, you remember that, don't you? He said he was directing the choir. I'm telling you, man, it was. Did y'all touch on the uniforms? Because one. Hey, man, let me tell you something. We saw them unis a good little minute ago, and I'm telling you, I had already knew that when y'all saw them bad babies, y'all was gonna love them, man. That was, hey, Coach Taylor and Dominique, they did their thing, man. I love everything about the uniforms. I mean, for those that, I only want one thing now, TD. I want a Navy uniform that looks just like that red, bro. I want a Navy uniform with a triple stripe on it. That's the one uniform we don't have. We got that Navy white and red Under Armour joint that look like the old red one, but I want that the same look that we saw on Saturday with the triple stripe on the uni. I want a Navy uniform just like that. We haven't seen the Navy uniform with Tigers going across the front this season yet. We haven't seen the chrome lid yet. We haven't seen the white uniform with the red Jackson State going across the top. We haven't seen that one yet. We haven't even seen the white jersey with the Navy Jackson State with the red and white triple stripe on it. Maybe we see that going into the maybe we see that this weekend. I mean, not this weekend, next weekend. Yeah, man, I hope we keep that helmet as long as we can. Dominique, if you're out there, keep that helmet. Keep that helmet. Keep that helmet. Don't change it. Don't make no changes to that helmet. I know they don't like the Zenith, though. A lot of the players, from what I was told, they don't really like the Zenith. TD, they said I think it comes off a little too easy. Previous coach had a deal with Zenith, so we did get a Zenith helmet. But we can always start a new initiative and go get a new helmet if y'all want to do nothing. You know, a team set of helmets about 25,000, 30,000. So keep that in mind if we want to do something like that. We have one more new set. Yes, we do. We got a whole nother new set, and I will refuse to say anything about it because I'll tell you when we're going to probably roll it out too. It's probably going to be versus Texas Southern. So maybe. We might see it versus Alcorn. I don't know. Y'all just gotta wait and see.
Yeah, I gotta catch up on some man. When I get home, man, I end up having to do some more stuff around the house. So I need to catch up on some SWAC football, see what's going on, man. I'm trying to see why Javion.
Hey, that's curious, ain't it? He ain't got a lot of stats right now. What's up, Craig? Hey, bro, appreciate you, Doc. Yeah, Tank. I was looking at his stats, man. I was like, wow. I would have thought he would have been killing it over there, but it looked like he's not doing a whole lot. I don't know what that is, what that's all about.
Well, let's hope he don't wake up.
That's a good one, Doc. Hey, I agree, man.
You want to wait? You want to wait the Jackson State to wake up, man? Don't do that, man.
No, it's what Doc. What's going on, man? How you doing, bro?
I ain't doing good. I'm good on this fine. I guess it's a Thursday morning now over here in the Central.
I don't know what you're
still on-
talking about. It's Wednesday.
You still,
in my world.
I know it's Wednesday in your world because you still on
Yeah.
the West.
Hey, it's all good, man.
Oh man, look, I was telling people, man, the bye week came at the right time
Yep.
for this team. Hey,
Absolutely, yeah, man. Absolutely.
It came at the right time. Get everybody, whoever is hurt, that's been hurt for a couple of weeks, they get healthy. I mean, and get the rolling. And like you said, the schedule kind of fits the narrative now because we can make that run. We might have a hiccup. We might have a little small hiccup with at least one or two teams, but I think we could run off the rest of this, for the rest of this schedule right here. We could run off the 6 straight.
I think we can. We got to do it one game, and the next one is going to be the toughest, honestly, in my opinion, because it's the next game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that game is going to make or break the season, in my opinion. We win that game, it's going to create some flow, and we need back-to-back wins, man. And
Right.
We got to have that. We got to have back-to-back wins, and I think this game is a must-win for us.
Especially get the Alabama schools have back-to-back wins, give both Alabama schools get the confidence up for the players.
Yeah.
And get ready because we go to Valley that after homecoming, right? Is it Valley or we go to Pine Bluff?
Pine Bluff or Valley? I don't have it in front of me. That's a good question. I want to say we go.
What was your question, Doc?
When do we go to Pine? Do we go to Pine Bluff or Valley?
We go to Valley after homecoming.
So we go to Valley.
Okay.
Yeah, I just lost my thought. Yeah, it's Valley. Irv is definitely going to rush for 1,000 over. He's going to rush over 1,000. Matter of fact, I got a hot take. Y'all want to hear it? I think Irv Mulligan going to rush for 1,000 yards in the next 3 games.
Ooh.
Yeah, I got him on pace for anywhere from 12 possibly, depending on the game and how they play him.
Because he's like top 5 in rushing.
Man.
He's like top 5 in FCS, right?
Yeah, we gotta feed him, man. We gotta feed him on the next go round. What I was gonna say was that Alabama A&M, I'm gonna definitely watch that game. They got Tuskegee this weekend. Tuskegee's 4-0, and that's a tough game for them. So, that's gonna be a really good game to watch to gauge what type of team we gonna have. Said he gonna rush for 1,500. I don't see 1,500. He got to split carries.
That's what I was. I was gonna say 1,200, but with those split carries, that's like
1,300 yards right there. If he can average out 150 yards, at least 125 to 100, about 135 for the rest of the season.
We know in the next 4 games he's gonna have 1,000, barring no injuries, setbacks or anything like that. How do you not start the lead? Yeah, no, that lead that long, Brother Pope. That was Zoe. Zoe was sleep. He was sleep talking. He had already dozed off on that one. He wasn't even awake. He said he'll start him though. That's his thought. Valley game is going to be a mess. They made the visiting side the home side, and not the old home side is the visitor side now.
Yeah, they flipped it around.
I don't even know what that means. They made the so the opposing sideline is now the home sideline. What is it? Is it more bleachers on that side or something?
Nah, it's facing the street.
Well, you know, they had those chair back. I don't know why they put them over there, but they had put the chair back on the visitor side. It's been like that for a few years, so I guess they decided they making that their home side, which probably should have been anyway. Is one side by the campus.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, we'll be there. I ain't never really I got a confession. Y'all know I ain't never been to Valley, man.
What?
Really?
I've never
Why?
been. I never wanted to go.
Oh man, many times I've been to Valley, bro.
At least either I just don't remember it. I don't remember going to Valley, bro.
Many times I've been to Valley.
I actually like the little drive, man. It's pretty cool, actually. I went to the basketball game with there too. So I went to the football game and basketball game. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I ain't never really. It wasn't never. That's what I said. I said I ain't never been.
So
I ain't never wanted to go.
Man, but Saturday, me and the wife,
I've been to Greenwood. I'm saying I ain't never been to the Jackson State
Valley game up
Valley
there.
game in Valley at Valley.
All right.
I know one
Never
thing.
really
Me and my wife, we're gonna go to the state fair. We're gonna be out there about 1:30. Walk around, turkey leg in one hand, funnel cake in the other. Be full before we walk up into the game, man. We're gonna it's gonna be an enjoyable game, you know what I'm saying, for this weekend. Because I actually, on the real, I actually want to see this quarterback battle right here between Conley and Crowley.
Oh, okay. Conley, I think Crowley's a better quarterback than it by far.
Mm-hmm.
I can't up in the drop out, but
hey, you got it. Here you go, Miss Granny. There you go.
Later, Tiger Nation. Y'all be good. Later, Doc.
All right, TD. Have a good one.
You too, bro.
There go his stats right there, Granny. So far he's up to 509, 5 touchdowns, 5.9 yards. He's basically 6 yards per rush right now. So there you have it.
He's one of them breakout players, man. You never knew what he was gonna be about. And I knew he was playing, he coming from Wofford, him playing in a triple option offense. He's not afraid to run inside, between the tackles. Guard tackle combination. He's not afraid to run inside like that.
Yeah.
But as soon as he get to the outside, you get to the outside, you can't get him, can't catch him.
They said the drive is boring, bring some off the musket. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be pretty crazy. Your body making an announcement. I don't know, man. I think we all could know that kid probably gonna be leaving Texas Southern.
He was one of my breakout players. He was one of my players that I feel like he was gonna do something this season too, man. It's kind of disappointing that
his red shirt year.
Yeah, it's kind of disappointing that the injuries still is taking a toll of him. Because when we saw him in Birmingham, he looked, what I'm saying, he looked like he said he felt like he was ready to go out there. You know what I'm saying? So
what is his injury? He's injured right now?
Yeah. The backup quarterback, Jace Wilson, he's a transfer from Furman. He's been the starter for the last couple of weeks. So when I realized that he didn't play in the game against Toledo, I figured, well, they're not just gonna play him in the game because it's an FBS school. I mean, they got blown out by 68. But then I looked again that following Saturday. They played Rice, and he didn't play. He didn't play in that game either. And then he didn't play in the Grambling game. So it's like, okay, something ain't right. So something's up with him, And it is I don't know if the shoulder that he had, had surgery on in the off season, but he said he was fine, but until you get hit,
You get hit. Once you get hit, it all wait. Hey, you find out real quick what you working with, man. Hate that for him, man. Craig said he gonna call you, bro. So he'll give you the breakdown on that.
Yeah, tell Craig call me, man. I'm about to roll up off of here.
I'm about to roll too, man. Appreciate you for coming up, Doc.
Anytime.
No doubt, brother.
Right.
All right, family. Then there was one. So I'll give my last closing statements for the week. I got a challenge. I challenge all of us, man, to just be better at what we do. Whatever level of support that we give, give it and, give it unbiased, see, I can put it. We got to make sure that what we give to Jackson State isn't hinged on what we get back. Love it unconditionally. Let your support be unwavering. Now, we all want what we want, and we're going to get what we, sometimes we're going to get what we want, sometimes we not, man. So, flush last week. We're gonna look to see how we improve next week, man. I think we're going to be satisfied with what we see when we go to Mobile, man. So I'm excited for that. I appreciate y'all for supporting us, and continue to support. Hit the like, share, subscribe button. We're gonna take Friday off. We won't do a show on Friday, and we'll be back on Monday. Now, if it calls for us to have a quick little live or something like that, we may do that. But if some breaking news come down the pipe where we need to address that, we'll do that as well. But for the most part, don't expect us to be on the live this week. So the rest of this week. And I appreciate everybody, man. Appreciate everybody for coming up, man. As always, like I said, we just in game 5, week 5, man, going into a complete overhaul of the program. And we got a lot of programs. Basketball just started practicing. Make sure you go get your tickets for all sports, man. Continue to provide that support, man. So I'm gonna shut up, man, and be quiet for a few days. And I look forward to coming back, sitting down, talking to y'all on Monday. We'll try to have a lot more to discuss and talk about. If you'd like to support the platform, if you'd like to donate to the channel, hit the Cash App, hit the PayPal, hit the Zelle. You can also donate to the foundation on Givelify, Friends of KC-1400 Inc. That's all we got, man. Like I said, again, I appreciate the support. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. As always, it's the I love, man. Go Tigers, baby.
Great day to be a Tiger. JSU by 40 campaign. Coach Taylor, I was just thinking, I was sitting in my office and we were talking about Jackson State athletics, the tradition of Jackson State. You played here. What if 50,000 alums gave $40 a month for 12 months?
Man, that would be huge. That's money in the bank for athletic program.
Let's do this, Coach. I'm challenging all 50,000 alumni of Jackson State University, supporters, fans. Let's give $40 a month to JSU by 40 campaign. 12 months, 12 million. September to August, let's win championships in the classroom. Let's support Jackson State University. Let's support athletics. And let's make sure our coaches and our student athletes are successful. So again, Coach Taylor and I are challenging you, all 50,000 alums, $40 a month for 12 months to support Jackson State athletics. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
Support the JSU by 40 campaign. Visit gojsutigers.com/JSU by 40.